Check the mic and make sure.
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you this important message.
Hello, everybody.
Biggest panda I've ever seen. Look at that now.
Look, there's money on it!
Hey, there we go. We are live with another Adam.
Another Adam.
2 Adams, 1 live. What is going on? Why is StreamYard showing me comments? Oh, are you doing that, Sarah?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know I couldn't see comments. I didn't know if anyone was giving comments.
I was like, wait, StreamYard commenting on our live.
There's
Usually
gremlins in
someone-
your computer.
Yeah. Usually someone's like, I'm first, and there's nobody. So that's why I was like, where are the comments?
Yeah, so yeah, we're live with another Adam from
Hey.
Baldypal Picking. What's happening?
We're doing great, man. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Good.
We've, you know, it's,
Y'all have a good week of sales so far?
Eh.
Oh. Bad
mean,
question.
last-
Sorry, let me try that again. Y'all having a good night?
Yeah. Yes. No, it's been this Q4 has been kind of a dud for us.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll admit
it's,
November was like horrible. For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
November was just straight up bad, but it picked up December 1st. Like as soon as the clock turned from November to December, it shot through the roof.
Yeah.
I made my average in 2 weeks. So
we just stayed around average. Like we got a
Yeah.
little bump here and there, but for the most part, we were just kind of doing our usual everyday thing. So I don't know.
as long as
Maybe it
you
was
keep
us.
your average and it's what you expect, then your business is running smoothly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this week, though, we might not make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been slow.
yeah.
Monday
Yeah.
was decent, and then like Tuesday was crickets, and then Wednesday was kind of
Yeah.
so. I don't know.
Do y'all
I
keep
think
up
a lot
your
of-
weekly average?
Mhm.
Or I do monthly averages because I don't want to do the weekly thing. 'cause
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah.
if I do a weekly average, then I won't be happy. So that's why I switched to monthly averages.
Yeah, that might be a better idea.
I feel like I feel like we really, since we started going full time, I feel like we didn't reach it only maybe like 2 or 3 times.
Per week,
Yeah.
right?
So, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, then that's really good. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay.
Because I know the other averages. I mean, that's why it's an average, right?
Right,
But
right.
You had
Right.
lots of overage weeks to make up for those 1 or 2
We did.
times. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
we're both kind of overachievers in certain areas when it comes to stuff like that. So like when we don't go above our average, we're both like, eh.
Yeah.
Like if that makes any sense, because like
you want
you
to
have those.
raise the bar. That's all. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Exactly.
You're just trying to raise the bar. Yeah,
Exactly.
we're gonna have a good conversation. We're on the same page already.
There you go. There you go. Let's say hello to some people. There he is, Dark County Picker. His ears must have been burning.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Adam, and Sarah. This is going to get confusing real quick.
It's like a law firm.
That's right. Super Fast Tortoise is here. He says, hello, love the live turtle shirt. He wore that just for you, Tortoise.
I did.
It says, hey, Adam, Sarah, and another Adam. This is going to get... my reading game is already going out the window with too many Adams in here. Adam knows how short I am from seeing me in South Carolina.
That's
I-
true, but
I
he's
heard-
taller than me.
I heard Jimmy's very short. Well,
Taller than
so...
me. So,
I didn't know about that meetup until like the last possible minute. And we had like a month before got back from Myrtle Beach. And I'm like, we can't go back.
yeah.
Like this is just crazy. So, and then I saw the pictures of him like, you know, standing next to people. I'm like, wait a minute, you're not short. Like you're a giant.
If you saw a picture of him next to Paul, you would think he's short, but next to Paul, everyone is short.
Yeah. I heard Paul is like a giant, legitimate giant.
He's up there, dude. Like his webcam is so far back on his laptop just to make sure he can get his head in the shot.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Almost 7 foot.
I'm 6'4".
Okay.
So I don't know, and I
He's
heard
taller
he's like
than you?
6'6" or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears like size 15 or 16 shoe.
Oh, geez, he might be bigger than. So, like, all my friends, with the exception of one, are taller than me. So, like, when all of us are like out together, everyone's like, "What is it, the FBI here or something? Like, what's going on?" So, like, yeah, he must be bigger than my friend Jim, who's 6'7", and he wears like a size 14 shoe or something like that. In fact, Jim is my best man in the wedding, so like the bridal party is going to be like down here, and like his serious height differential.
You need to get some major heels for your lady, Sarah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my maid of honor is shorter than me. I'm wearing sneakers under my dress because we're getting married in Vegas, and I'm not wearing heels around the town.
Comfort above everything else.
Yeah,
I
I got
agree,
some
yeah.
bedazzled ones.
Well, and
Great.
I had told her I'm wearing sneakers no matter what. Like, even if she didn't go the sneaker route, I'm like, I am, because my brother got married in Las Vegas, and he made me rent these shoes that to go with this white disaster tux that he made me wear.
Right.
And I'm like, my feet were tore up from those shoes walking around, and I'm like, not doing it again. Like, just
Yeah.
not
Pull
happening.
off the Vans or the Converse with your tux.
Yeah, that's what he's
That's
getting.
awesome.
Converse,
Yeah.
yep.
Converse, or maybe some Air Force Ones, like low top Air Force Ones. I'm
There
not
you
sure
go.
yet, though. Yeah.
That'd be great.
SSK promos here says, "Evening, folks. First time here. Came to support my friend Adam." I think he's talking about you.
Ken, he's the man. I love Ken. He's a great guy.
Cool. Thanks for stopping by. You said Ken?
Yep.
Ken, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. And Superfast Tortoise says, "My turtle game is lacking." He is accurate. I went with the ate the old 96er shirt today. So
How big is the 90? Is that 96 ounces? What is that?
it's yes, but it's from a movie. It's
Okay,
from
I missed
you
the
ever seen
movie.
The Great Outdoors?
No, I've heard a lot
No,
of good things about it, but that's why I
John
never actually
Candy
watched.
eats a 96-ounce steak in it, and they give him this T-shirt. A friend of
Nice.
mine bought it for me. So, and Tortoise is still talking about your shirt. Bearded Poketuber comes out of the gate with $25. Kansas City or Los Angeles.
Right.
I'm going with KC on that one. Just so you know, Bearded Poketuber.
Oh, is there a game right now?
Thursday night game? Yeah,
Well, it's
Yeah.
Thursday.
yeah. I'm going with KC.
That's got to be
Just so you know.
Chiefs in Los Angeles. What? Raiders?
Oh, it's either
No.
a Chargers. It would be the Chargers or the
Raiders.
they have two teams, Rams or the Chargers.
Okay.
Didn't it used to be the Raiders, though?
Long time ago, yeah.
Who are the Raiders now? My brother-in-law loves the Raiders, and he's going to shoot me if he was watching this for not remembering where the Raiders are.
They just moved from Oakland to Las Vegas.
That's why I don't remember. I knew. Okay, Oakland. I knew that. I didn't know they
Yeah.
moved. Though. Okay,
They just moved to Vegas. They gave them a really awesome stadium in Vegas, and
great. Now I can
they're
have good conversations at Christmas.
There you go. Yeah,
When it comes
and
to-
I'll help you out. I'll help you out with some more conversation. They just announced the Super Bowl is going to be there in 2024 at the Raiders Stadium, so
in Las Vegas.
in Las Vegas.
Okay, good deal. I remember that.
So there, yeah, you got some more conversation.
you,
But thank you,
sir.
Bearded Poketuber, for the $25 super chat.
Yeah,
We
thanks.
appreciate it. Ed says here, he says, "Wow, I'm short compared to all of you." Mark
I'm
says,
5'6".
I
I like to say 5'7" because that's what it says on my license, on my driver's license. But that's because I had shoes on. So when I
Did
say
you tell
5'6".
I was gonna say, did you tell them that? They were like, "How
No.
tall are you?" And you're like,
Yeah, pretty
5'7". I've never had that problem. In fact, I'd rather be shorter, especially living in Pittsburgh, because like some of the old houses and the basements are real low, and
Oh,
I
yeah?
walk around like this the whole time. So it was harder when we used to go to estate sales, because going down in those basements was a little rough sometimes. But
I got you.
Mark's here from SM Postcards. He says, "Hey all, Nicole is here. Did a thumbs up for the channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate it." And Mark says Adam is leaving his heels and fishnet stockings at home. That's right. Well, I might bring them with us. I don't know. It depends on Depends on how I'm feeling that week.
Time out. We don't need to hear that story.
Yeah, what are you not telling me?
I'm kidding. I don't. Sarah knows me better. I have a bunch of pairs of sweatpants and
You're in Las
shorts.
Vegas and you wear fishnet stockings. You're gonna have the long hair and the anyway.
Oh man! A quick side story. So the last time, I was in
this is awesome.
last time it's hilarious, and it's gonna go slightly sideways, but don't worry, it's YouTube friendly. So last time I was in Las Vegas, we were on Fremont Street, which is a street that has like a dome over it. I don't know if you've ever been, but
No.
so it's downtown Vegas, the old Vegas, and they put this dome over it that actually can play this weird light show and everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And this guy comes walking up out of the corner, and it's a guy wearing cutoff jeans, a tutu, fishnet stockings, and a white tank top. Just comes walking around the corner, and he starts dancing, and people are giving him money, and I'm like, man, this town gets to some people, and completely forgot about it. Next day, we're sitting at the Flamingo playing blackjack, and they have these tables that are like right up in front of the entrance, and the entrance is behind us, and we're facing the dealer, and the dealer goes, "What is going on out there?" And I turn around, same guy dancing in a storm the next morning, right? I'm like, oh man.
Was he street performing, or was that just him getting drunk and having a good time?
I don't know. Probably a mix of both.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you've got to have a few drinks to be able to get into that get up. And it wasn't like he had he cut those jeans to make those shorts.
Yeah.
So he didn't look clean.
Yeah.
So,
Y'all are full-time resellers, and I know y'all must love your job, but I think this guy loves his job a little bit more.
a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, it was just like, all right. I mean, go for it, buddy. You can make money doing it. Go for it.
Heck yeah.
Dave the Gents here says, evening all. Hi, Dave.
Hi,
Thanks for stopping
Dave.
by. Ed says, yay, no sports. Chargers tonight. No, that's right. So the LA Chargers are playing. I'm going with KC, though, still. Bearded Pokey Tuber.
I'll go for Chiefs.
There you go.
Because, I don't ever watch the Chargers, but the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
We'll do it.
I'm more of an SEC fan. Sorry.
There you go. Tortoise says, I saw your cool, adorable 90s looking Cabbage Patch on Instagram. My favorite pick of them all.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks. I don't know which one that is. I have so many on there.
Got a couple.
Sarah, I wanted so bad to bring a guest on the show with me tonight, but I couldn't find her. It's my wife's Cabbage Patch that she had when she was a little girl, and we thought it was in the attic, but it's not in the attic, so we're not sure exactly where it is. So anyway, I'm watching all your videos and your unboxings of your Cabbage Patches, and I thought it'd be great to bring the guest on the show, and I'm sorry I didn't have her.
I have one right here.
When I finally find her, I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, we got low. That was one thing that did get cleaned out, was we got cleaned out of Cabbage Patches, because normally there's a very large patch behind me, but there's not much going on back here today.
Yeah, we've sold over 100 this year. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Crazy little niche, isn't it?
it's a lot of work. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
ask you later some questions about that. So
Yeah, go for it.
Ed says he's 5'9". Bearded PokeTuber says he's 6 foot even and the tallest amongst all his friends. Nicole is new to the channel. Welcome, Nicole. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate it. Little Miss Q's here. She says, hey, y'all. Hi, Q.
Hello.
hey, Miss Q.
Super Fast Tortoise says, what is awesome? Hitting the subscribe button like it called you a bad word. Okay, yeah, I agree. Nicole's saying hi to Miss Q, and Mark says, anything to toss tonight. And Mark likes it when I throw things, so no. I could throw this cowboy hat again, I guess. Oh, no, it's stuck. There. There we go. Now the toss is out of the way.
There we go.
There. 2 tosses for you,
marker
Mark.
somewhere.
You can go to bed. No. Baldy, watch out for doll people. Yeah, Mark is always complaining about the doll people.
Hey,
He says they're crazy.
if it wasn't for doll resellers, the doll collectors wouldn't have anywhere to get them.
That's right. That's right. And we fully support the doll resellers on this channel. Go to the doll collectors on this channel. So, well, first question, and since you're new to the channel, the question I ask everybody when they first come on is, how did you get into this business? How did you become a reseller?
I got into this from my best friend Gary. I work regular 8 to 5 for an insurance company here in Columbus, Georgia. I don't say the name, but if you're smart and you look it up, you can probably figure it out. So on our lunch break, he said one day, "Do you want to go to? Can we stop at Goodwill?" And it just caught me off guard. I'm like, "Goodwill? Why Goodwill? Why Goodwill?" Like, I mean, yeah, Walmart maybe, but why Goodwill?
You need me to loan you a few bucks? I mean...
Yeah, exactly. You can ask me. Is there something you want to ask me? I can help you out. But anyway, he's like, "Yeah, let me show you what's going on." So he did, and he took me in there. He's like, "Okay, you could resell this, you could resell this, you could resell this." And it was a bunch of men's clothes because at that time, it was just easy to just go through the line of clothes really quickly in a short amount of time because we're doing it on our lunch break. And I was like, I can do this, right? It's not that easy. Oh my God, did I learn the hard way? Okay, so immediately I started picking out the Polo Ralph Lauren, the Tommy Hilfiger, the things I used to wish I had when I was in high school, which are crap when trying to resell on eBay. But I learned the hard way. So that's how I got into it officially. And that was 8 years ago.
Wow.
And it lasted on doing men's clothes and shoes and stuff like that for about half that time. Then I was like, this is so much hard work. This can't, like, these clothes are just taking the pictures and making sure there's no stains and you missed a hole in the armpit. It's just so much hard work. Right. And so that's when I started to transition into more of the hard goods, like sporting goods and home electronics, appliances. I have an IT background, so electronics are kind of like straight up my alley. I know how a computer works and things and stuff like that. So I also did I had a Android mobile review YouTube channel. Okay. Where I would get cell phones from like AT&T and Verizon and stuff like that. And I started by selling my old cell phones too when I transitioned from men's clothes to the hard goods. And I'm telling you now, a lot of y'all probably already know this. There's less work in cleaning, and there's easier to take pictures, and they sell for a lot more than the shirt does. So I found that I was putting less work into it and getting more ROI. So I kind of really got rid of all my men's clothes and jumped to shoes and hard goods and sporting goods and stuff like that. But 8 years down the road, we started YouTube. God, the timing was horrible, man. I'll tell you that right now. We decided January 2020. We were going to hit YouTube hard. Like, we started making podcasts. We called it Two Dudes Picking at the time. It was Gary and I. We would go to lunch breaks together. I was the main videographer and I was the editor. But then March 2020 hit. We all know what happened in March 2020. Everybody got sent home out of the office. We don't get to see each other anymore. Like, we're not picking at all anymore. So January 2021, I turned the channel into Baldypal picking and just took it over from there. No hard feelings there either because he's still working from home. He loves it. And he does a YouTube channel now about his off-roading and jeeping. So
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's my co-host on my Wednesday night on my Wednesday shows.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I've seen a couple of them. That's awesome. So you've been at it for quite a while then.
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah. Any ever chance of flipping the switch and going full time, or are you pretty happy where you're at?
I'll tell you this now. I am perfectly fine where I am for my 8 to 5. And I've said to my wife and I've said to Gary and other friends, the only thing that would really make me flip the switch is if I got fired or something happened to my job, right? If I got downsized or whatever the case may be, because I really do. I have a pretty good 8 to 5. I mean, with really good benefits. It's not the stereotypical you work for the bigger guy type job. I am a manager of my department. I run a team. I don't do just, day in, day out clockwork, hour by hour by hour, Right. I get to do projects and bring in new stuff and things like that. So it's very interesting on a weekly, monthly basis. So I don't get bored there. Matters. It's not monotonous. So I do quite enjoy it.
That's cool. Yeah. It's all that matters is do you like what you do. And we've seen so many people over the years that have gotten into this business because the same reasons, we were talking off air about, what happened to Sarah. And, if you despise getting into that role every morning and going to work and things like that, there's a bigger push than someone like in your case where, you like your job, you like what you do, and you also like what you do on the side. So it works out.
I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, and that's why I say it would take something major, and it would take an act of God really to get me out of that job into full time reselling. Although I do believe after this past year, the effort I put into it on a part time level, I could do it for sure on a full time level. I know I
Yeah.
could. I know I could.
That's kind of the conversation we had after all that happened with her job. It was like, realistically, if we put the amount of effort that we put in on a part-time level onto a full-time level, this should be no problem at all. And it truly wasn't. Like once we started getting in kind of a rhythm and figuring out where we go to get the stuff and, where we don't go and where we don't waste a lot of time. Cause like you, when we first started out, we did the same thing. We went in and we're like, oh, Star Wars shirt. This is going to be great. And Disney, whoo, that's big money, and so, we bought a Disney VHS, the band album on Little Mermaid or whatever it was.
The band cover.
We saw the comps and we were like, $500.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna be rich.
You got the black diamond eyes and that one, didn't you?
So, but yeah, I mean, that was part of the fun process of learning all this was that like
trial by fire for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we did this clothing thing. We still sell a lot of clothing, but we don't sell too much on the lower end anymore. Like most of the stuff we're selling is, some higher end stuff.
Either higher end or just straight up t-shirts, because t-shirts for me are easy to wash, they're easy to get, and they sell quick depending on what they are. And now that we're doing Whatnot, we sell a lot of t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask y'all about those too, because I'm not on Whatnot. I honestly didn't even hear about it until I watched some of y'all's shows. And it's really piqued my interest with the whole auction style type process, because I had a lot of t-shirts at the time I was trying to get out of the men's clothes that I just hadn't listed yet. Or if, some that I pulled off my store and got rid of in bulk. And a couple of people invited me on their show to do some bulk auction t-shirt sales. Right. And I was like surprised at how easy that was and how quickly it went. And so it still piques my interest. Although I'm not like diving into that. I feel I could totally see how just buying a shirt for $1 or $2 and then turning around, getting a lot of 10 together that you paid $2 for, you sell it for $50-$60, you're making money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, most of the t-shirts I get for between 50 cents and $1. And they sell between like $5 and $35. It just depends. I mean, I'm paying basically nothing for them.
Right.
I mean, I love going out looking for them. They're so easy. I bring them home, I throw them in the washer, I fold them, upload a description, and then we auction them off. We sell every single one.
Yeah. That's good.
It's a cool site. Yeah, it's a cool site. It's just it's kind of in its growing stages. So like you have collectors that are in that site, but they're picking and choosing what they're buying. Whereas like you have the resellers that are like, I need inventory and this is easy, so they're buying all the other stuff that's going to sell for maybe $10 or $12 on eBay or something like that. So you kind of have a healthy mix right now. It's just like everything, one side's probably going to take over the other. It's going to become a great reselling app and it's going to be awesome for the reselling community, or it's going to become the collector's choice to go to auction, and then the prices are going to skyrocket. So it's just kind of a toss up. It's in that kind of toss up stage right now where it could kind of go either way. So I'm hoping it stays kind of where it is, because it'd be cool to have like the mix. So,
I definitely need to catch one of your 7:30 auctions on Tuesdays, I think it is, right?
I'm doing a Monday one this week too with toys and comic books, because we have a lot of like toys that we just haven't had the time to research, and we have comic books. We don't know comic books. We're not those people. Like we don't we don't know enough about them. So we have a whole bunch of them, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just clear them out of here, because at this point it's better to just get the space back and get the cash back and put it into something that we can sell. So
totally feel you on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Superfast Tortoise said, Sarah, it's the Cabbage Patch that had like a 90s ski jacket and hat on it.
I know which one it is.
Yeah. Mark says there's a black market for dolls. I didn't know that. Bearded Poketuber got a good one. He found a pair of Nike LeBrons at the Salvation Army for $5.99. Sold comps are between $70 and $90.
It's a nice find.
So
Nice
there
pick.
we go. Yeah. Superfast Tortoise wants to know, other than the shirt, why should he subscribe to your channel?
Because I like to really get excited about this whole reselling shebang. Lunch break picking is my thing, right? I like to help people realize that there is a way to make extra money on the side if you just need to buy. I mean, honestly, you don't have to make it a part-time job. If you just need to make it I've got a unexpected hospital bill, or an unexpected car, something happened to my car or something like that, right? And you just need to make a couple extra $400 or $500 or $600 in a month. I'm kind of showing them the things to look for. It doesn't take long, but it takes effort, right?
Yeah.
And how to get it started from the get-go. And lots of people who are new to it are asking me questions, honestly, that are easy. eBay get started questions. So my buddy and I, not Gary, but another buddy who just started back in July, we're going to start a series podcast. It won't be live, but maybe 10 minute segments of called eBay 101, where I just answer his newbie questions on air and record it and then put it on a podcast type style show.
That's awesome, because we get a lot of those questions too. And some of the stuff, like in the beginning, is so second nature to us now that it's like, oh, well, you just do this and this and this and this and this, and then move on. And we don't remember, like, and I do remember, because we struggled at the beginning with shipping. Like we made several mistakes that cost us some money. But
I used to think USPS was the only way to ship.
Yeah.
Nope. I was way wrong.
Same. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'm still learning, like, these, the number 7 USPS boxes, didn't even know they existed. I mean, I think I knew they existed.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You didn't say 292 and you didn't say 295, so I don't have any idea what
these.
Is that not a large flat rate or a medium?
Yes, that's exactly what I thought too, but it's not a flat rate. It's just a box. So it's a 12 by 12 by 8 box. I had to look. And
totally going out to get the free shipping supplies number $7 right now.
So yeah, so like, well, they don't have them at our post office. You got to order them, but and then you could be like me and order too many, and then your fiance opens the door and goes, "Oh my god!" They're just sitting in a pile. I was
so mad. I was so mad.
Thank God for pickup trucks.
What size did you say they were?
12 by 12. Well, they're 12 by 11.75 by 8. So for us, they're 12 by 12 by 8.
12 by 12
but
by 8. Okay.
They're just large mailing boxes, and so like you could put something in here that's just a pound, and it'll be a pound and a half, roughly. That's awesome.
I love that.
Mine's Duck Hunt.
Mario's going down the tube.
There. Sarah texts me. We gotta show off now.
No, I have a different text tone.
Oh yeah, that's right. She does. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and say your number out loud on this show live for all of you to hear.
I'll have somebody
I will text you.
That's right. I'll say it live. I'll just put it in the chat. Everybody can know. So I didn't know until we started chilling on Whatnot, because Whatnot doesn't do flat rate at all. And I'm like, great, we're going to be using all our boxes for Whatnot, and we're never going to have any. And then I reached out to Dave, NC Picker, and he's like, don't you have number 7 boxes? And I'm like, no, what is that? He's like, they're just mailing boxes. And I'm like, you mean the large flat rate? He's like, no, they're not large flat rate. And I'm like,
oh man.
Oh. So yeah, these are great. And then they have, do you know about these?
What is that, a number? Does it have a number?
I don't know.
I know.
Oh yeah, 1095.
Yep, I know 292 and 295.
Okay.
All right. I didn't know those existed.
Know
So I'm still learning. So I mean, you're going to just continue to learn. I guess that's the point I was trying to make in my own
Those
roundabout way.
1095s actually come in handy if you run out of shoe boxes, because you can actually bend it to the same dimensions of a shoebox. Or if you have like a pair of Nike Jordans or something that's a little too big for the shoebox size, you can bend it to fit that too.
Okay.
Comes in
we use a lot of shoeboxes ones. We use
the Cabbage Patches. The Cabbage Patches go in shoe boxes. So
that's perfect.
A ton of this.
Yeah.
Jimmy says he quit his job 20 times today, and for some reason he was still standing there at 4:30. It's interesting. Mark's going to get a job selling car warranties by making phone calls. That should be
Nice.
a good racket because
Oh, no.
did you
I
guys
will
ever
hang
see
up
that?
on you every time, Mark.
Did you guys? I saw it today, and it makes me chuckle every time. There's a picture of like a message in a bottle, and then there's a picture of
Yes.
the message, and it's like we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty, and I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Lost on a deserted island. They still trying to reach you.
That's right. Low end if it sells fast all day. Yeah, I'm with you too, Rosie. And he says, "Well, I'm glad I support you guys on the Whatnot." He's one of our best customers on Whatnot. Bearded PokeTuber loves the Mario shirt he got from us last weekend. It's perfect. Awesome. Thank you
Cool.
for the purchase.
Oh, I love Mario shirts too. So
No,
I need to figure out
better
that's
get-
why I need to be there.
you got to be.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to be there. We have. I don't know if we have any more. We might.
No, but I have a lot of good ones for come on Tuesday.
Yeah, we changed our
lot
category
of
from
good ones.
vintage clothing to streetwear, which is what it said, because we run a lot of modern stuff, and we do throw some vintage in there, but the majority of it's modern, so we
Yeah.
kind of switched the category. Mark says we're using Sarah and Adam to test the market for us. They just don't know it. Thanks. They're a little heavier, like Walmart boxes, but free. So I'm assuming she's talking
Yeah.
about the
Number
these
7.
ones, the number
Yeah.
7. So,
We use another, like that Walmart box. We do use
yeah, we
a
do.
lot.
You said 12 by 12 by 8 or something like that, and I could have used that like a dozen times the past week
Yeah.
or two. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a 12 by 12 by 40 box, but from U-Haul that I would pack golf bags in.
Mhm.
It's a lamp. It's called the lamp box at the U-Haul store.
Yeah, I think I've
it's
seen
only
that.
like it's only like $5.
Yeah.
And if I know 12 by 12 by 12 is kind of like a no because it's a cubic foot and it goes up and rate
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I had to cut a few that were just below
Right.
12 by 12 by 12, and I just kept cutting the 12 by 12 by 40 down. But that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Except that now that I think about it, that probably couldn't go UPS, could it? No. So
No, well,
I
they'll
saw
probably take it.
some-
all
Somebody
that rambling
do
and my
that.
idea is just flat.
I saw someone put UPS labels on those, and they took a picture of it,
I got a tip for you.
and I was like,
Uh-oh.
"Is this legal?"
Get yourself a roll of this.
Yeah. Oh, mine's clear, but I know what that
No,
is.
get the black stuff and wrap the box, and then stick the UPS label on.
I mean,
Technically, that's
sounds
illegal.
a little
Yeah.
shiesty.
So is putting a shoe box in a bigger poly bag so that you can still protect the item and send it through FedEx Post Share, Smart Post, or something like that.
Well, so
my.
the as long as it's priority, you're fine. But if it's FedEx, you're in trouble. Well, no. So that's a
FedEx
tough one
Smart
because
Post.
that's a tough one because technically it's going priority. It's just going from FedEx to the destination, and then it's going priority. So there's a gray area there.
Gray area.
If I'm not an attorney, neither is Adam, neither is Sarah. So, but
Although this
there's
is
a
like
gray
a law
area.
firm with that name.
Right.
That's
Right.
right. Adam and Sarah. That's right.
Maybe we should spin ourselves off as being an attorney, and we get to make the decisions here.
That's right.
You
That's
must
right.
listen to us.
The law firm of Adam, and Sarah, protecting resellers like you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just funny that you continue to learn as time goes on because, you think you know everything and then you're like, wait a minute, what? There's big boxes that aren't flat rate boxes? It's amazing.
I better
So-
write that down, or else I'm going to forget by the time the show is over.
Well, and I swear I told you before that
Me?
was no, not you.
just kidding.
She didn't call you?
I swear I told him that, and he's like, "Why would we order those? We'll never use them." I don't know why we would want that.
You know what? That's why he doesn't remember this story,
That's right.
because then you're going to say you were wrong.
That's right. That's right.
He's like,
Was
"Why
that?
would
What
we
was
get
I
this?"
doing? Was I drinking? I don't ever remember this
Were you talking
conversation.
to me when I was asleep on the couch?
That's right. Was I
Totally.
watching something that was better?
Exactly, even worse.
Well, I mean, probably
Why do y'all
because
do that, Sarah? God. Our eyes are
Sometimes
on the
when-
TV.
when you're watching something and I'm like, Adam, 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 Adam. Or like I'll say something and then he'll be like, "Are we doing anything tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're meeting such and such for dinner down the street." And he's like, "I didn't know that."
all the time.
You never told me that.
Happens all the time.
What are we doing for dinner tonight? I'm like, oh, I'm
There's-
going out with
there
my-
could be two
my
explanations for this.
girlfriends. I'm going out
I
with my
am so
girlfriends.
glad my wife is not here right now.
There could be two explanations for this. One, she didn't tell me. Two, I wasn't listening. Like
Which
this,
is
only
the
two
right
explanations.
answer.
I'm leaning towards the I didn't tell you side of things, but
No.
I have no idea why opposites attract, right? But
Right.
I am a night person, a night owl, and my wife is a morning person. So she's trying to tell me everything in the morning before I even open my eyes and get out of bed. And that's why I don't know anything that's going on, because that's when she's telling me what all is going on over the next couple of days. So
Yeah.
Is she really, really chipper in the morning too?
oh god,
And you're like,
yeah, she can hear you. Shh. No, she is. No, she's like, good morning, good morning. She's walking to the kids' room, good morning. She's singing, and I'm like, no, stop. Just I'm having to I make lunches in the morning. I make her lunch, I make my kids lunch, and I'm like spreading the peanut butter on the toast and putting the sandwiches together, and they're lucky if the chips make it into a Ziploc bag. So,
it's like Five Guys. Whenever they give you fries, they're always extra, like at the bottom of the bag.
yeah. What?
Which
Who interrupted me?
Sarah hates that.
But
Five Guys?
The
no, I love
fries.
Five Guys.
No, but
What?
you
I
hate the
don't know.
fries whenever they fall out into the bag.
That's
I never
extra
said
fries.
that.
I thought swear the last time. Okay, maybe I
I was
wasn't
about to say,
listening.
if
I
you
just
don't like
don't
that, then you don't like the extra fries in the bottom of the McDonald's.
I love all
bag,
the
and those
extra
are great.
fries. I just at Five Guys, the whole bag is like translucent
Greasy.
because it's so like so oily. It's like
It's
good
like,
though.
why is it at Five Guys they have a cup of fries that's like
Yes.
this big, and then
Yes.
they have a scoop of fries that's like this big,
Yes,
and there's no hope
right.
whatsoever. It's just
Yeah. Why do they even use the cup? I think that's why they're like just put
they
it in
hold
the
it
bag.
over the bag and then they just drop it in.
Just double bag it and don't even put it in a cup.
That's right.
I mean, you're
Just
wasting
wrap
a
it all
cup.
up with the burger.
That's
Right.
right. That's right. Just throw them on the burger. Let's
Yeah,
just make this
well.
interesting.
We're going anywhere.
That's right. So we'll get into the food. I'm sure the comments are just going to start blowing up with food conversation. So we're going to probably
Love
get
food.
completely off topic. Adam knows everything. We don't know what Adam
Thank
he's
you.
talking about.
Thank
though.
you.
Yeah.
Me. He's got me. I'll
He's
take
probably
that.
talking about you.
I'll take that.
K10 is here waving at us. Hi, K10. Superfast Tortoise says, you know what I can't stand? Getting a blocked call from a number I've blocked and somehow they can leave a voicemail. I'm like, dude, if I blocked you, you shouldn't get that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful. I didn't know that happened either.
Did you know that y'all got an Android phone or an iPhone?
We're
iPhone.
iPhone.
Okay, so Android implemented several years ago. This isn't new. They implemented a call screening feature where their AI tries to outsmart the those people that call about insurance and warranty repairs and stuff like that. And on the newest phone though, they got like extra sensitive with the call screening, whereas like by default the feature's turned on, and people who I'm waiting to call me, like the Acura service dealership department, to tell me that the car is ready, get sent to my screen calling. My my boss one time because he called from his desk phone, not his cell phone, went to screen calling. I'm like, oh my god, you're trying too hard to be smart.
Well, it's hard to outsmart those people. Like the other day, I got a call about a matter that requires my immediate attention, and I'm like, there's that little voice in the back of your head that's like, is it good? I mean, could there be a matter that requires my attention from a law firm? Like, is somebody suing me and I don't know about it? And then you think about it more logically and you're like, no, there's no way they'd just make a phone call. Like, I would have gotten a letter or a subpoena or something would have happened.
Yeah.
But there's that little voice. It's like, maybe. So, I don't know.
No, it's true.
Every
Single one of them, especially the ones about the FBI, make you wonder, do I need to change my name?
That's right.
I like the ones that say they're like coming to your house at like a certain time.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't respond. They're like, we're going to be there by like 4:00. And my mom.
Well, at
was
least
like,
you're telling me when I shouldn't be here. Okay.
right.
That's right.
My mom would get those, and she's like, they said they're coming to the house at 4 to get you. And I'm like, they're not coming, Mom.
They're not.
They've been saying this for years.
It's not going to be a good day if they do come. I'm just telling you that right now. So, Mark says all the packing talk makes me so glad I'm mostly postcard now. Envelope's the best invention ever. Yeah, he does have shipping down packed. Bearded PokeTuber ordered some number 7 boxes 3 months ago and still haven't got them. Jeez.
Well,
I'm not
I
gonna
guess I
tell you
need to
how
order
fast
like
mine
4
came.
times as many as I think I might need then.
Ours came pretty quick, like in a week.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
You know what hasn't come are. They're gonna fall all over the place. This little guy. I ordered a whole bunch of these too, and
No,
they haven't
the
come.
small cubes.
What
Yeah.
number is that? Let me take
4.
He's learning all kinds
4.
of things. Isn't that the 8x8x8 or something?
This is almost worthless.
This is.
Ex-
Are those on the
except-
free shipping supplies?
Yeah.
Okay, I purposefully one day went through every single page of the free shipping supplies
Yeah.
just to see what's out there that's free. And I do not remember seeing these boxes.
You
at all.
probably didn't. I swear they hide them sometimes.
Because the picture of this box. You ever ordered something on Amazon? Because I know there's somebody on this live right
Like
now that has.
daily, multiple
Yeah.
times a day.
No, that orders something on Amazon. And you're like, oh, this is going to be awesome, and it shows up and it's this big,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
What?
In a box this big.
this box probably looks like this box on the USPS.
Yeah.
So if I didn't know the measurements, which are 7x7x6, by the way, that I would have never found them either.
Man, we order so much on Amazon. I'm surprised Jeff Bezos hasn't called us to personally thank us for their business. I mean, jeez.
I can't.
It's how we make Christmas happen around here.
You know what? People are like, oh, I hate Amazon. I hate Amazon. I hate Amazon. Here's the thing. If I need cat food, I'm going to forget to get it when I'm out. If I'm thinking I'm getting cat food, I'm going on my phone, I'm ordering it. It's coming in like 2 days. You know what I mean?
Especially if it's Prime.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's 40 pounds of food.
Right. Or cat litter or something like that, or dog food. Like, I'm going to forget it. I'm going to have to carry it from the store to my car, down the steps, into my house. What? Let someone else do that for me.
You're still gonna have to carry it down the steps because you know that Amazon guy's just gonna leave it at the top of the stairs.
It depends.
In the rain.
So I'm thinking, do you, when you order something that large and that heavy and it comes through USPS because it's Amazon Prime, or is it the same USPS guy that comes to pick up boxes from your porch?
Yes. But they would bring it to the porch. We have the Amazon Prime trucks that come and they leave it at the top of our steps.
Okay.
So
we don't have the Prime trucks out here.
Our Amazon Prime guys like to keep it interesting. They hide things from us all around our property. So we've serious. The one time they put stuff right next to our trash cans. Like the one they've shoved things that are like too long for our mailbox in our mailbox, so like half of it's sticking out. We've had some guy came from the neighbor's house through their yard and put it on my grill on the opposite side of our house.
Yeah.
Like there's just like we've had ones down the hill. Like they've been everywhere. Like the only thing they haven't done is left it on my truck. Like.
What are they thinking? Like, are they just trying to hide it from porch pirates or something like that? I mean,
not how. There's no porch
ridiculous.
pirates out here. Like we live out in the middle of nowhere. Like there's no one's
Not
stealing
really
anything.
the middle of nowhere. I
But
mean,
yeah, we don't have them, and so like they could literally leave it in the middle of the street with a sign on it that says this is an iPhone, and probably wouldn't get stolen. But it's just. I don't know. Like we've had them at the base of our mailbox. We've had them next to our trash cans. Like I said, on the grill. We've had them on like when you come, like our porch sits this way and our walkway like kind of comes down to the side of the porch. Mm-hmm. We've had them on the opposite side of like they clearly walked by the front door and set it like on the other side of the porch. Like,
yeah,
it's just random.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And they always take the worst route. Like we have this really steep hill in front of our house too, and they always run down this really steep hill instead of just coming around down the steps.
Oh yeah, they love to run down the hill.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
Gets them back to their truck faster.
I guess. I have no idea.
That's nuts.
Bearded PokeTuber got all his 1092s and 1095s in shoe boxes, but just no number 7s. That's not good. Write notes to each other, remind each other, be a cute couple. That's right.
Nah.
they'll be in January, yeah, probably. What size is now? We got everybody on this. What size is the number 7 box? And is that what it's called on USPS.com? I'm there, can't find it. The size is, what did I say? 12 by 11.75 by 8. It says O-box 7 is their little coding for it or whatever. Little miscues back after a computer crash. Tortoise says, I have a win for you. Sarah, I have a win for you. Chipotle. Here we go. Chipotle. I was wrong about because I was thinking of Pancheros. So I guess Tortoise.
I hate Chipotle.
Either.
It's gross.
That helped me find it, Adam. Box 7.
Chipotle.
I was
Box
typing
7.
in number 7.
Box 7. Yeah. O-box 7.
Just type in box 7 and you'll find it.
Got it. Jimmy's with you. He says he hates Chipotle too.
Thanks, Jimmy.
You like Chipotle?
I've only been to Chipotle once in my life, and I do not even really remember the experience. So
It's because it sucked. That's why you don't remember.
that must be it. I do, however, like Moe's Mexican.
I like Moe's.
It's the same thing.
I mean,
That's
it's
what
all
I
right.
thought.
I just hate Chipotle, Adam.
I don't like bowls
it.
of rice though. Like,
Yeah,
and when I
me
went to
either,
Chipotle,
really.
they wanted to give me a big old fat bowl of rice. And I was like, I don't want a bowl of rice. I want a burrito, right? I don't,
Right.
you know. So
Yeah.
I prefer Moe's. I know that for sure. Even though Chipotle is like half a mile from my office, I never go.
It's close to us too.
Yeah, I've only gone twice because Sarah doesn't like it. Those fit in large poly mailers for first class. Just saying. I'm assuming she's talking about the little guy.
The little ones, it's got to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think this would fit.
What number is written on the side of that box?
We need to know.
We need to know.
Box 4.
There you go. Box 4.
Box 4. June 2020, in case you're wondering. I don't know what that means.
Box 4.
That's probably the manufacture date.
Boom.
Adam.
There it is. Box 4. Got it.
Got it. Mark says if you cut up a cabbie, I think it would fit in most boxes.
Oh, that's so rude.
Why is that funny? I can imagine a Chucky dog got a hold of it.
Mark got some good one-liners. He loves to get Sarah riled up with the dolls. Rosie says, "Got to order an Amazon box. Got order on Amazon boxes for free." Yeah, well, if you order enough Amazon stuff. I'm not saying I use them for that. That's right. Priority going in first class. We need to see a picture of this mountain we live on.
I pulled one up. For the comment. This is our house is at the tippy top. See?
There it is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a pretty picture too.
That's the mountain.
Who's in charge of cutting the grass?
It's funny.
It's a funny story.
I don't know if you know this, but we do landscaping also. We do grass cutting in the summer. And we have like 15 lawns that we cut. We hire someone to cut our grass.
That is so awesome, though.
It's an acre. It's a little over an acre, and it's a big hill.
Yeah.
And you can't ride it. Like
I was about to say, you can't ride it sideways and go back and forth, or else you're like going to fall off the whole time.
Yeah.
You're going over. Yeah.
Part of it you can, but not all of it.
So, and then the problem is it's just like, the old saying, the shoemaker's kids don't get any shoes. Mm-hmm. It's, you do that all day, and then you come home, and the last thing you want to do is cut more grass. Yeah. So that's, we hired somebody. And to be perfectly honest with you, at some point we're going to phase out that side of life because I can't do it forever, and nobody can do it forever. So sooner or later there has to be. Rosie got the link down for the box number 7. That is number 7.
There you go.
Everybody's saying thanks, Rosie.
Good job, Rosie.
Now everybody has to do it. And Q swears these Q boxes fit.
I mean, maybe in a big one. I mean,
yeah, I guess they'd fit in like a big poly bag.
probably.
But I don't know. I'm always
12
that
by
person.
12 by 7?
No, the little cube.
The little ones. Yeah, they'll fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the 12 by 12 by 7 will fit in a garbage bag. I mean, I've done that once.
Did you really?
Yeah. I shipped a golf bag in a black garbage bag. Because, it looked like that wrap you just held up a few minutes ago.
I think did you do a video of it?
Yeah. I called it
watched
the way
that,
you
yes.
don't ship a bag.
Okay, I think I saw that. Yeah.
But yeah, it turned out being horrible, but I needed to ship it out and I had no box. And that was before I learned about U-Haul boxes. Oh, man. Thank you, Evan Flippy McFlipperson, for telling me about the lamp boxes at U-Haul.
You know what's funny is that U-Haul doesn't get enough attention in the reseller community, but they are relatively reasonable when it comes to boxes.
Yes.
We would use their shipping paper isn't that expensive either. The problem with their shipping paper is it's heavy, like compared to the thinner stuff that we normally use. But it's not expensive, and their bubble wrap isn't actually that expensive either.
The packing peanuts, like if you're in a jam and you need packing peanuts, they're reasonably priced too. Mm-hmm. I think they're like $4.50 for like a pretty decent size bag. Like if you're in a jam and you need packing peanuts, then I'm not going to buy
those
them
for a KitchenAid mixer as a space filler, and it was perfect.
Yeah, and they have, like you said, the lamp box. We sell like a lot of big plastic blow molds, like those Christmas ones for the yards and stuff. And they have sizes that fit those.
The McDonald's drive-through that we sold twice.
Yeah.
The Fisher,
big,
it's a Fisher Price.
The whole drive-through?
Yeah.
Wow. Sold a whole restaurant. You didn't see the video?
I missed that video.
No,
Can I put that in my backyard?
Oh, that would be bad. I would be very, very large. I wouldn't be able to move out of my bed after a while because I'd be like, I'm going to get more chicken nuggets. I'll see you guys in a minute.
You ain't got far to go. Just open the window.
The Fisher Price made a drive-through. And it like opens kind of like this, and then this side's a drive-through, and then there's like a little register and a kitchen on one other side, and it's a collector's item, so like they're worth like $200 or $300.
I'm assuming like a child's play set type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And it comes with like little toys. It comes with like a little, even if like you find one and the drive-through's in really bad shape, the toys, the little nuggets and the little burger patties and all that stuff that like the accessories go along with it, they sell for good money too. So like if you ever see them, they're worth it. But we found one with a box. Oh no, two, both had a box, and they're really tall. And that same thing. They had a box, their wardrobe box. They come with those metal things. We just pitch those and
take that out.
Use the box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool deal.
Yeah, we like them. We need a zip line to get home. Our property. That's the back of our house. That's not the front. It's easy to get down from the driveway. Rosie said she shipped a large plush in a garbage bag once.
I've got a little bit of an announcement I want to make real quick. I don't know who it is, but it had to have been someone in this chat. But you got me over my 950 subscriber mark.
Oh.
So I am
congratulations.
Very soon, I'm going to do a giveaway, a $50 giveaway because of that. So y'all stay tuned to my channel because sometime in the next couple of days, I'm going to figure out how to work in a $50 giveaway for everybody. So
awesome.
And then when I hit 1,000, I'll do another $50 giveaway. So,
yeah, you're only 50 away. This is the countdown has begun.
Yay, so exciting.
Almost there. I'll make it by the end of the year. I know it.
Oh, I think you definitely will.
And for those of you that aren't in the chat right now, or aren't subscribed for them, definitely subscribe right now.
Do you have you have enough watch hours?
No, I don't have enough watch hours. That's all good though. My goal for this year was 1,000 subscribers, not necessarily to get the watch hours and monetize and all that good stuff, but I wanted to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark.
So. Nice. Yeah, you'll definitely make it by the end of the year.
Yeah.
If I have to make 50 fake accounts to get you there, I will.
Yeah, do it.
Bots. Where are the bots? We need the bots. There's Adam's link right there. So for those of you that haven't subscribed to him, see if we can. There's 28 people in this chat. If all 28 people subscribe right now,
Oh,
You'll be
shit.
Yeah,
You'll be
everyone
real close.
subscribe.
Just got a sub. You just got a sub from Bearded PokeTuber.
There you go. Thanks, Bearded
Um,
PokeTuber. What's Bearded PokeTuber's name? I like to know names if we know names.
I'm real bad with names too.
Uh-oh.
Bearded
drop it in
PokeTuber.
there.
Yeah, he'll drop it in there.
He'll drop it in
Let's see here. I skipped a couple people. Geno's Fine says I just ordered number 7 boxes. Now they want me to extend my car warranty. I mean, you should seriously think about it. There's my future mother-in-law. Hello, future son-in-law and daughter.
Mom.
Hey.
Hi, Mom.
Mark says, how long did it take you to look at that box that here I go. Look at the box you will need before you buy them. How long did it take you to look at the box? Oh, and U-Haul? I don't know.
I don't know.
I just go online and get the box measurements. Like, if I have something weird, I go on uhaul.com and I see if I can find a box that will fit it.
Yeah.
I do estimation a lot. And what I've learned is minimum 4 inches. I measured the item.
Yeah.
And then I give myself 4 inches in all 3 directions.
That's smart.
And then I look for a box that size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. I would never do that, and I would screw things up a
Yeah.
lot.
And, you never know. Are you going to have to put extra bubble wrap around it? Or are you going to have to put extra cushioning in there? You just don't know. But if you go around the 3-4 inches extra in size,
and I think that's
you'll
what
have room for that.
Yeah, I think that's what they recommend at like U-Haul and stuff too. Or I'm sorry, UPS. They're like 4 inches of padding or whatever.
And by the way, 2 inches of padding on either side equals 4 inches of padding. It doesn't mean 4 on both sides.
Okay, that is a good rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've messed up before. In fact, the one live shipping day we did here, we messed up big time on one. Like it was like a $50 mistake or something like that. Live for everybody to see, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't good.
Sorry, guys. That's how you don't do it. Now,
well, part of it
the
really
right way.
Part of it really wasn't our fault. Like, had it been going in the continental United States, we'd be fine. This
Puerto
one,
Rico or something like that?
No, Alaska.
Oh my gosh.
But so we did a lot of flat shipping, and we've gotten away from it because that seems to happen a lot. You know, it seems like the people that are buying this stuff are all people from farther away. So you end up getting kind of beat on shipping a lot more frequently because everyone's looking and then they're comparing and then they're like, well, this one's much cheaper for me to buy, so I'm going to buy it. And then you're paying $35 to ship something that would have cost you $7 to ship it to the next state. So we stopped, and now we're doing more of a calculated shipping on everything. So
just maybe, this might be an opportunity for me to teach you something.
Go for it.
Did you know that on eBay, I have the shipping policies. And inside the shipping policies, you can choose to exclude those areas, such as Alaska, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, the other islands that are around, down there and below Florida, stuff like that. So if you wanted to do, say, free shipping on an item that's heavy, then you can create a shipping policy that excludes those locations, and
That's good to know.
they won't see that item as available to purchase.
Okay.
That's great. Yeah, we do the shipping policy, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
had no
learned
choice.
that the hard way.
You learned the shipping policies the hard way, like us?
No, I learned the exclusion option the hard way. When someone bought a bike trainer from me that I had listed for $150, and it cost me like $75 to ship it to them in Puerto Rico. I made like $5 off of that thing.
Yeah.
That happened to us with the Cabbage Patch Kid that was in the box, like the original box, and we had to ship it to Alaska.
Yep.
The same thing happened.
That was
Go
the
check it out.
last. That was the last one,
Yep.
the last flat shipping Cabbage Patch we ever sold, because everything from there on out. In fact, that's what triggered us to start looking into the business policies. And Mark, SM Postcards here, was very helpful whenever we, by the way, you got one more sub from Mark here.
Thanks, Mark.
Yay!
I was looking on the, the shipping thing, and I'm like, oh, these business policies things, and I clicked on it. Did you know if you click on that link, it just changes everything from what you were doing back to business policies, and it starts making business policies for everything you just did? And then some of them, it just goes, that's free shipping.
No,
and I was
I
like,
didn't know.
No, yeah. So as soon as I clicked on that link, our entire account turned over to business policies because we weren't using them prior. And it just made business policies for every type of shipping we had.
That you already exist. Okay,
yeah. But then it also, like the ones it couldn't figure out, it just threw it on whatever it felt like it. So like I called Mark and I'm like, dude, what happened? Because I know he uses them, and he's like, yeah, that happens. They should really have a warning when you click that link that it's going to change everything over to business policies. And so it did, and he walked us through it, and we got it all back under control. But it was just that was a long night after that.
Yeah, those are touchy. I think I always had them, not realizing it was a business a policy at the time. Mm-hmm. You know how people will share things like, whenever you go, body ban me now or forever live with me. Okay, Mark. Okay, I'm fine. Whatever. So I was gonna go in vacation mode, and lots of people say, "Oh, it's easy. You just edit all items and then change your shipping time to like 10 days." Well, if you're using business policies, you can't do that.
No.
And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where this option was when I was still editing them all at once. And I'm like calling 2 or 3 or 4 different people on Instagram. And they're like, I don't know why you don't have the option. And that's why I had business policies. That's why I couldn't change it. So
yeah. And we've never done that. We've just always put our store in vacation mode and moved on from there. And
that's probably because you have business policies. That's what I do as well.
Yeah. Seems to work. You got some congratulations coming from Jimmy on your 950.
Thanks, Jimmy. Yep.
Rosie wants to know, are you close to your watch time hours? Because she'll make your videos her sleep music for the next week.
Do it. I'm not awfully close. I'm still below 3,000. It's 4,000 you got to hit. I'm below 3,000. Yeah. So.
Well, but you got 2 people now volunteering. Bearded Poketuber said he would do it again, and you already know Mark is subbed. You're at 955 now, apparently, according to Jill.
I was just checking. I'm at 961, guys.
Yeah,
it's gotta be because of you.
There you go.
Thank
Getting
you
close.
So
yeah. Matthew is Bearded Poketuber's name. I will hopefully remember that, but Matthew. I'm terrible with names. The only reason I know this guy's name is because it's my name. Also,
you remember?
Yeah. Little Miss Q's been a sub since the convention. Superfast Tortoise says, I subbed and hit that bell. There you go.
Thank you.
Got Surf
because of the shirt, man.
That's right. You got Surfmer on your channel now too. Mark says, I hit 704 today. Have the watch hours, but just waiting on the subs. Nice, Mark.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I'll plug Mark here for a second. He got us into postcards, and I don't know if you do any of that, but
I don't.
It's a really cool kind of not easy, but it's a cool little like niche to have because they're valuable and they're easy sellers and they're easy shippers and they're kind of easy to source too. But so if you ever, want to roll by his channel, he's full of some really great information on it and will kind of steer you in a direction of how to make money rather than, go and buy a bunch of ones that's like thinking of you from Chicago,
I did have an opportunity in an estate sale to buy a bin. It was probably about, let's say 12 by 7 and had no lid on it, but just full of, from front to back, just full of different old things like that. And I honestly said in my video, I was like, I'm sure there is money in this. I just don't know how to make it. I don't know how to turn it into money. So I left it behind.
It's a cool medium. And it happened to similar thing happened to us. We were at an auction and there was an album full of postcards, like an album full of postcards. And we were like, and they were all from like the early 1900s. And, I sent them a couple pictures of them and then I sent him a couple pictures when I was there and he's like, yeah, this looks really good. And it ended up being like, I don't know, almost like 1,000 postcards, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and it's been great. Like and the people that buy them are relatively low maintenance too, which makes it even better. So
yeah, we just sold.
Can you send it on in an envelope and not worry about it getting damaged because of age?
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, yes, you can. Most of them are pretty solid, and you can send them in like something like this, which is just like a kind of a hard cardboard. We put them in sleeves and then stick them in this, and it can go eBay standard envelope, which is the, their track. It's basically a stamp that can be tracked.
Stamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's 73
Not
cents.
not a tramp stamp, but a track stamp.
The track stamp. That's right. Yeah. When you want to, he's saying when you want to buy an item that you do not have to buy and it won't be a pain to ship. That's what I wanted to say.
There you go.
So
it has been great because like there were 1,000 in there, and I swear this week we sold 3 of them for over $30 per.
Wow.
So we just sold one for $32 yesterday.
Wow, that is good.
yeah, they're crazy.
I like to learn by just trial and error in that
Yeah.
case. Like if the price is right, I'll pick up next time I'll pick up that whole bin of postcards and just see what I can make out of it. They wanted like $45 and I was like, that's an expensive lesson in my opinion. So if it were 20, I probably would have been okay with buying it. But.
Well, the cool thing about these too is you can source them at like antique stores, because most people that are selling them at antique stores are selling them for $1. So like, and then there's real picture postcards, which are actual photos that somebody that got developed onto a postcard, and they're almost one of a kind. And there's a huge market out there for them, and and they're easy to find too, because they're, Sarah has a magnifying glass. You put them under magnifying glass. If you see pixels, it's not a real picture. If you don't see pixels, it's a real picture.
I was going to ask if you could see it with the naked eye, or would you need a magnifying glass?
Yeah, you. Sometimes I know just because of what Mark taught me. But sometimes I do need the magnifying glass. Like I've been fooled by them before.
Okay.
Yeah. I always check them before I list them.
Yeah. Apparently I don't need to sage anything. It just kind of happens. That's right. We got some talk amongst ourselves. You got another sub from Christine.
Thanks,
and
Christine.
Then the comment that you read early, Baldy banned me now or forever live with me. He makes some great comments. Mark's wit is funny. So
that'll be great. I love it.
Gino's already subbed. We got more people. The post office is going to be like, what? We're getting a run on number 7 boxes all of a sudden.
Influx.
Gino says,
I'm going to type in box 3, box 4, box 2, box 7, box 8. I'm going to find what all boxes I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gino Fine says, good luck reaching 1,000.
Thank you.
Designed by Josie says, I'll do it. I often fall asleep with YouTube. So you got 3 people now.
Hey, I make a playlist with all of my podcasts. And so you can just hit playlist and then randomize it. It's even more fun that way. And it's several hours of watching in that case. So.
That's right. Rosie said she finally bit the bullet and opened a store. Still so lost on everything that looks so different now. Yeah, it does. It does get a little different.
I think opening a store was one of the best things I did on eBay, even though it's the smallest store. And then a year later, I was like, I want to surpass my listing cap on this smallest store option, right? Is the money worth the upgrade in the store versus the fee per listing of going over the cap, right? And I'm analytical, so I had to do the math. I had to prove it to myself that the money was worth it. So how many, I can't remember the number now, but how many listings at 30 cents per listing would it take for me to make up the extra $20, right? That type of thing. It was like, I surpassed it in like a week. So like, I'm sorry it took me so long to figure that one out, because I wish I had just done it.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to us when we started our store, because like we were kind of we had like a 3-month period where we were selling pretty regularly, and when we looked at the stores, like I remember we were driving and we were talking about it, and Sarah was like, "Look, here's the thing: is if we go to the lowest one, we're gonna blow past that real fast. Yeah. So let's just go medium and move on with our life." So that's what we did, and we've never even come close, like because the threshold's like what 5,000 or something. Yeah, 10,000. It's huge.
Yeah.
For per month, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm trying to figure out how many we do.
I know when in June 2020 they like made it 100,000 or something like that, because they wanted people to use it while they're on, while they're at home and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'd say we probably do like 6 between like 700 and 1,000 a month
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
listings.
I never break 200, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm always between 150 and 200.
Yeah.
I honestly love the fact that I don't have such a huge store, and so I don't have a whole lot of inventory space to begin with. But when I'm proud of the fact that when I go to a thrift store, like 80% of what I buy will sell within the week that I list it.
Yeah.
So that also means that I can keep my inventory isn't that like I don't need a lot of space because it doesn't stay around for very long.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
No, that's good. We have kind of a mix of both. We have like inventory that we know is going to sell real fast, and then we have inventory that we know is going to be a slow burn, but it'll be worth it when it finally does turn over. Like we don't have anything that's kind of like, you know, one-offs where it's like a collector that's going to have to be looking for this, and it could be years before it sells.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm doing a video right now, in fact, of 2 items that I just sold over the past 2 days that it proving that you have to spend money to make money, but make it a calculated bet, right? So I won't ruin the video, but there were 2 scenarios where I paid up. Probably more so than I ever would have normally paid up on an item in a thrift store. I found them on Facebook Marketplace. But doing the calculated bet, I did the research. I determined what was the sell-through rate, what was the perfect pricing to get rid of it as fast as possible, or timing. I bought something back in September knowing that wasn't the best time, but I waited until just yesterday to list it because of Christmas, and it sold in less than 2 hours. So I mean, that's what I'm doing the video on right now. And
that'd be cool.
Honestly, it's got me thinking that it doesn't happen that often, but if I do the calculated risk, it's worth it if you can flip it quick.
So I'm assuming you're not a death pile person.
No, I am, unfortunately. That other 20%, that's still sitting there. Man, I'll come home and I'll list a lot of stuff, but that one thing I know will sell quick gets listed first. Like it gets the magic eraser attention, and
That's me.
The perfect angles. It's listed, it's sold, and then the other things are still sitting in my truck. I don't even
Designed by Josie just subscribed. Vintage Chick 64 just subscribed, and her name's Maureen.
Thank you. Hey, Maureen.
Kathy's Craft Room just subscribed. Mark says, Baldy, I buy postcard lots. If you ever see them base price, I pay normally 100 plus shipping for 1,000 cards. Just to give you an idea. So you were probably in the money there with that thing. It depends though.
That's pretty low.
If they're early 1900s stuff, most of them are worth money, unless they're like holiday stuff, like Valentine's Day, Christmas, all that crap, just forget it. But if it's like monuments and bridges and ships and stuff like that, there's money there.
Yeah, it just depends, like where the monument is too.
Yeah.
Just,
Mark says 7,000 postcards this year, not that day.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, damn,
yeah. Well, and he showed like when he was on our live, he showed like his. I know I'm just plugging away here at Mark, but he showed like his inventory system, and it's so cool because he's got like 10,000 plus listings, and his inventory is like this big.
I thought he said he had like. I thought he had like 20,000. I thought.
Yeah, crazy.
I think he has more than that.
Flippin' Sports Guys here. He says, "Hey everyone, welcome."
Hey Paul.
I guess he's a subscriber, so we don't need to con him into subscribing to you.
Yeah, Paul's a subscriber. He's a good guy.
SM Postcard says, if you're watching reselling on YouTube, then you need to get a store. You're already addicted. That's a true story. Rosie said, I've only broken 200 for the last 2 months. One of the reasons I went to the store. Yeah, good idea.
Good reason.
Sarah stuffs a cabbie wherever she can. You don't have a death pile. You have a later pile.
Yeah, a money pile. I've already called it a money pile. You called it backlog.
Yeah, backstock, I think. Yeah,
backstock.
I love that. I use that in my day job. I use that word in my day job. I'm like, why did I not think of that? That's like the perfect word for it. It's backstock. It's just backstock.
That's right.
It's unlisted backstock.
It's backstock. It's perfect, but it's
and
still
I call
the
my
death
garage
pile
the
stuff.
stock room now.
There you go. We call this the warehouse.
There you go.
This room I'm
Yeah.
sitting in is called the. In fact, when
Oh,
we
wait.
tell our A word, I can't say her name, but the lady that turns our lights on and off over here, it's called the warehouse. When
Okay.
she shuts all the lights off in here. So, but yeah, it's been.
I just came back from a trip from Colombia. It was work related, but I also did some picking up there while I was there. And talking about Death Pile, there were 2 items I knew would sell hot and sell fast. So I came back from Colombia and I cleaned them up, took pictures, listed them, and just like I thought, they sold both within 24 hours. And the rest of this stuff is still in my truck. I'm like, I'm driving around a week now with this inventory, this back stock in my truck.
Back stock inventory.
And all I have to do now is take pictures and list it. But the thing is, a lot of my work takes place on the weekend. When I get home from work, I meet with the family and I eat dinner and I find out how my kids are. And, I do the family thing. When they go to their room and my wife veggies out on the couch, then I go to the garage, and it's probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock at that point in time. I only get in an hour and a half before I want to go to bed too. So a lot of my work gets done on the weekend. Here at Christmas, weekends are sucked up by family, out of town, in-laws, things like that. So
going to get a tree, that kind of stuff.
I love getting a tree. I didn't buy a tree this year because they're really darn expensive this year.
Ours
We
were
put up a fake
the
tree this
same
year.
price. Really, I was shocked.
I think
that they
ours
were...
went up by 25% at least.
Oh, really?
I was shocked at how ours were like the same price as last year.
Mm-hmm.
We go to
I
this
thought
little
it was gonna
farm
be-
down the road from our house, and they've always been good to us, and they're nice people, and so we get them from there every year.
Do you
but
cut them fresh?
No,
I
Yeah.
grew up cutting the trees
No.
fresh.
Nice.
we did too.
I love
That was
it.
always fun time. Then your dad you argued with your dad about the saw for however long, and it was great.
National Lampoon's all over again.
Yeah.
That's right. Dug it out of the ground myself.
We forgot that. Dad, did you bring an axe?
Sarah's not a movie person at all, but she'll watch that movie on
good.
repeat with no problem.
You just saved yourself there. I was about to say, you've never seen that show. Oh my god.
The other day she came in the house and she's like, "I love riding in cars." Don't throw me down, clock.
That was perfect.
Let's see. Every day I see my death pile, I think of Sarah having a heart attack whenever she sees it. She
I
would.
probably would. You know, I don't do death pals. Nope.
Nope. Little Miss Q just listed a pair of dead stock Nikes for $260. That's nice.
Nice.
That's a good one. Have to buy it when you see it. That is for sure.
Talking about dead stock. This isn't dead stock, but it's a dead person. Nikes, Kobe's.
Oh, okay.
So I found some Kobe's. I didn't know they were going to be expensive. I just thought, cool, Kobe's, right? In fact, I left them. Like, I went by them week 1 thinking, if they're still here on half price week, I'll pick them up, right?
Right.
Made cheapo, right? Squeeze the penny. But come to find out, they're really expensive shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's none listed. Like, I left them because I couldn't find any comps.
Right.
Come to find out, they're so darn rare. There are no comps for them.
Yeah.
So I get to set my own price, and they're currently listed for $500.
Nice.
So I got like 5 watchers on them.
I've never seen them. I know anything that has Kobe Bryant's name on it, though.
Well, I think this particular color of green and white, there's none other like it anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Like goat.com is sold out. StockX is sold out. The sneakerhead websites are sold out. eBay doesn't have any 90-day history on it whatsoever. Terapeak, I couldn't find anything like it. I thought they were fake.
Even
right?
Worth Point?
Wow.
Could you try
Even
Worth Point?
I don't have a Worth Point, but I couldn't find a comp of the same colorway on Worth Point. I could find the blue version or the purple version or the black and white version, but I couldn't find the green version. So honestly, that's what made me think they were fakes. So I left them behind week 1. Week 2, I went ahead and picked them up for $7.50, brought them home and did more research. Yeah, $7.50. I know, right? So I brought them home and do more research, and I figure for $7.50, I'm not losing anything. But no, kind of find out, not only are they fake, they're ultimately, not only are they real and legit, they're ultimately rare.
Nice.
Very, very rare.
That's awesome.
I'm thinking somebody told me I needed to push my buck and turn it into $1,000 shoes and try to get somebody to buy them.
You might be able. I mean, you might as well start high at this point. It's not like there's any more of them out there, right?
No, I cannot find a single listing for sale anywhere.
I mean, and that we were talking about it with yesterday. I'm on Mike's show, on the Yinzer Picker show, and the Whatnot, the sneaker auctions that are on Whatnot, it's the prices are insane for what they're like, and they're all collectors. They're all rare, new in box shoes, and they're going for thousands of dollars. And I'm like, these look like a pair of Air Force Ones to me. Like, I mean, they're cool, but they're Air Force Ones. Like, and they're like, no, they're these, and they're customized by this person, and then you're just like, I'm not paying $1,000. Like, yeah, they're still Air Force Ones, and they're really cool, but they're not $1,000. And if I did pay $1,000 for those shoes, they would never touch my feet, because if I walked outside and got a muddy, I would be pissed. So
I can't imagine the kind of dough to drop on a collection like that. You know, I mean, golly, I wouldn't be married. I wouldn't have a family. I probably wouldn't have a mortgage payment, because they would have left me a long time ago.
Yeah. Like, you spent how much on this pair of shoes?
Yeah.
And you're never going to wear them? I don't think so.
I'd probably be dead. I'd be knocked over the head with something very, very heavy.
We were just at an auction. We go to a live auction every Saturday. Well, almost every Saturday. And they had a whole bunch of Jordans, and it was a collection. And they had the... I don't even know what they were called, but they were like Nikes, but they have these like inserts that you can put in them. They're like almost like booties that you stick in them. And there's 2 different colors, and they come in this real big box with drawers. Yeah. And they had a bunch of Jordans. They had a bunch of new Air Force Ones. They had some old I can't think of the name of them right now. But anyways, but there was 2 guys there that were collectors, and they were paying dumb money for these. Like, I was getting angry to the point where, like, I'm not, like, I told Sarah, I'm like, I'm not even bidding on them, because you know, I'm in for like $80 on some of these shoes that I know are worth $250, but like, I'm capping out at $80, and these guys are running them up to like $210. So like, these guys are all collectors. So, and we ended up getting 1 pair of these like copper Nikes that for like $40, because the 2 people went outside to put their stuff in their car, and they ran them real quick, and I got them, and that was it. Man.
I was about to say, you need to check yourself, because if those guys aren't bidding on it, maybe you shouldn't either.
Yeah. No, I knew these ones. I looked those ones up before I was there, so I knew those ones were going to be okay. So whenever they left, I'm like, oh, my chance. I might actually get 1 pair of shoes, and I did. But
somebody told me that I needed to triple check that there's no separation in the sole and the leather on these shoes. Although when I was taking my pictures, I didn't see any. But at that time, I didn't realize they were $500 shoes. I originally listed them for $200, and then people offered me like 120, 140. I was like, within minutes of listing it, and I was like, well, if it's getting this kind of attention, maybe I've done something wrong. So I pulled the listing down, and that's when I started asking a couple of sneakerheads on Instagram, and they were like, "Oh no, dude, you need to go a lot higher." I was like, "Oh."
I have to ask before I tell you this story. Is that a Star Wars?
Yeah, Millennium Falcon.
Okay, so are you a big Star Wars fan?
Not like the hugest, but I do really, really, really like Star Wars.
So we had a similar story, but with a poster. We got this Star Wars movie poster that was from 1978. It said copyright 1978 on the bottom. Had the old Paramount Picture logos. It was Luke holding the sword straight up with Leia like hanging on the side of him. Looked legit, right?
A New Hope.
Yeah, right. It didn't say New Hope on it. It just said Star Wars. But so anyways, we bought 2 of these posters. We gets home, Sarah's rolling them out, and she's looking at them. She's like, I think this poster's worth a lot of money, and I think we should auction it. And I'm like, all right. So I'm on live on somebody's channel, and I look down at my phone, and Sarah's standing in this doorway behind me, and I'm like, yes. And she's like, should I take that? And I looked at my phone, and it said 400. And I was like, okay, yes, you should take that. So we took it, and then I'm like, something's wrong here. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this poster should not be worth this much money, and it wasn't. So it turns out this poster is a bootleg poster from the 80s. Somebody got a hold of the original litho, ran off a whole bunch of these posters, and sold them. And the only way you can tell is there's 2 little hairs, one on Luke's belt and one on Leia's thigh, and that's the only way you can tell. And so I had
in the spinner.
Right. So, but if it was an original, it would have been worth thousands.
Right.
As it turns
But-
out,
but-
it was worth $50. But
oh, really? Oh, I would have
Yeah.
honestly thought that even the bootlegs might have been worth because they're in rare, limited supply, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're worth like $50.
You accepted
We doubled
the
our money.
400 offer?
we did,
We
and
did, but then we found out and we told the guy, we didn't know. We gave him his money
Okay.
back.
Look at you.
well, it would have come back anyway, and that's what I was telling.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm racking my brain. I'm like, what should we do? Should we just send it and take the return? And I'm like, I don't want a $400 return. I'm like, so I'm
Yeah.
going to tell the guy. I just messaged him and I asked him a question. I'm like, hey, do you know that this is a bootleg poster? And if you do, that's fine. I will send it out. If you don't, I'll cancel the order and we can move on from there. And he sent me a message. He's like, is there a hair on Leia's leg and on Luke's belt? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, no, didn't know that. He's like, yeah, just go ahead and cancel the order. He's like, this happens. It's not a big deal. And I'm like,
Cool. He was
So-
really cool about it too.
yeah, he was. And I think that's what he bought it for. I think he bought it for $400 thinking, hey, if it's fake, I'm sending it back.
Yeah.
So,
And you got a really good deal on it if it's real.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ed wanted to know if he missed the food talk.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're getting there. We've been
Mentioned
actually
Chipotle,
talking.
but
We've been actually talking about reselling. It's just the first time happens. It's the first time this has
I'm
happened.
sorry.
How dare you? We like to talk about food.
Little Miss Q loves selling dead stock Nikes. The Kobe's are not custom, are they?
They are called prototypes. That's what makes them
Oh.
rare.
Yeah, the prototypes. Yeah,
That's what
definitely.
makes it rare.
No. Yeah, you probably should up the price on those a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's supposed to be the 4s, which was designed by Kobe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got something there.
I didn't even know it.
That's right.
Standing in the gold mine, didn't even know it.
SM Postcards has a pair of SM Postcard Nikes that he's giving to one of the two Adams. I'm not sure which one he's talking about when he dies. So it's either going to you or me. Well,
We don't want you to die, so
yeah, that's right. List those for 1K. Turn offers off over 500.
Turn on offers over 500.
So I'm terrible at this.
That's okay.
we can't read.
Sarah and I are right
can't-
behind you.
Appreciate it.
All right, tell you
Ed-
what. While y'all are talking, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do something with these Kobe's.
Go for it.
Ed says he wouldn't pay that much for shoes. SM Postcard said $350 for the left shoe and $1,500 for the right. They want the complete set. And I also now shave all my postcards or all my posters before listing them. That's correct. Food was earlier in the chat.
Food can come back.
Yeah, food can come back. we were actually talking on Little Miss Q's live about there was a few people from the UK and their McDonald's. They were talking about some menu items from their McDonald's.
Yeah.
And their McDonald's sounds amazing. Like the stuff that's on their menu is like,
Man, I
years
wish I
ahead.
had paid closer attention. My wife and I had the chance to go to France and Italy on our 10-year anniversary. And we ate, of all places, when we were in France, we ate at McDonald's. And it was huge. And I don't remember, but the only thing I remember being on the menu that we don't normally eat at McDonald's over here is like pasta type stuff. They had a good number of pastas listed on their McDonald's menu, but honestly, I think we chose to go to McDonald's that day to get a little bit of a taste from home because we've been gone for so long. So we didn't order it, if that makes sense. I mean, we'd already been in Italy eating some of the best pasta you ever had. So
right.
Get some McDonald's pasta.
Well, we
Yeah.
had McDonald's out here had the McPasta at one time, or McSpaghetti or something like that, and it was awful. I've never had it, but I remember seeing it.
I don't remember that at all.
So the one person that
Got
was
the McRib.
Yeah.
every
You
year,
love the McRib.
Every
You always
year.
get it. Don't make those sounds.
every year this exact thing happens to me. I see the commercial, it's back, and I'm like, gotta get a McRib. Can't wait to get a McRib. This is gonna be amazing. And I get a McRib, and then I'm instantly disappointed. Like first
and then
bite,
you get another one.
that's right. Thinking maybe they just jacked up the first one.
I quit ordering the McRib because one time I did like you, and I was just so disappointed. I was like, I'm not going to let this build up in my head like this ever again. I'm done with you, McRib. I'm done with
So
you.
The girl from Scotland said they have a festive stack, and it's a double cheeseburger with like some sort of like onion relish on it and crispy fried straws and cheese. And I'm like, like onion relish at a McDonald's. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like, crazy. And she's going through other things that are, and I'm like, how is it that like the UK's McDonald's is better than our McDonald's, and it's an American restaurant? Like, how does this happen?
There's a McDonald's, and now the last time I was in Florida was like 15 years ago. I was like 25. There is a McDonald's, I swear, in Daytona that is like that has like pasta and like weird things, and it's like 2 floors.
Where is it?
2 floors?
I think it's in Daytona.
Actually, I think I've heard a friend tell me about that.
Yeah, and it's like a 2-floor. It might not be Daytona. It might be.
I think it's closer to Miami or something.
You could be right. Yeah.
Where's Disney World? Where's Disney World?
I have no idea. Orlando?
Rosie.
Is it Orlando? Yeah.
I need Rosie. Orlando.
I think it's near Disney World. Maybe the friend who told me about it was going to visit Disney World and Epcot and stuff like that weekend. So
it might be in Orlando, but there is some crazy one, and maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Maybe I'm just making this up, but I swear when I went there, I was like, "This is the craziest McDonald's I've ever seen."
Here we go. We've got someone that's been there. Bearded Poketuber. It's in Kissimmee.
Okay,
and
I knew it was real.
Been there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is near Disney.
Interesting. And why, so Sarah? Why haven't we planned a trip yet?
To go there?
To do this McDonald's?
I don't know. I was there for NASCAR. That's why I was there.
Oh.
And it was just, I was like, what is happening here? Like, this is the craziest McDonald's. I'm trying to look it up now and see if they have like.
so is Adam.
If they have like.
I see his monitor blinking, and I'm like, he's definitely on the website right now.
That's like the craziest McDonald's.
That's amazing because I've been to a couple McDonald's in like relatively. You would think that would be like a Vegas thing, but there's nothing. I guarantee you, the McDonald's in Vegas is just as plain as the rest of them. But
oh yeah, here we go. 2-floor McDonald's in Orlando. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Rosie says Disney. Are we talking Disney again? We were trying to figure out where Disney was, Rosie, and we've since figured it out. But
I immensely enjoyed that place.
Really?
Yeah, my wife and I. Okay, so I went a long time ago when I was really young, and then a bit like I'm 40 years old now, so it's been at least 30 years since I went last. Well, before then, but my wife and I had a chance to go when we went on a church retreat, and it was just her and I. Okay, and no kids, and it was like the best time we ever had because
really
there's no kids, and two. We just rode every flipping ride we wanted to. It was in February. The lines weren't that long. It was cool weather, not too hot, and no masks were required because it was pre-2020.
Right.
But it was absolutely great. Fast forward to Thanksgiving that same year, we think we're going to take our kids back with us this time. Not the same experience. Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, it was so stinking crowded. We barely got to ride 5 rides.
Kids are upset. Yeah. All kinds. It's twice as expensive now. Like, it's all kinds of stuff going wrong.
It's crazy, man.
I've been to Disney World once when I was younger, like in my teens. And then when I lived in California, it was Disneyland several times. And Disneyland like is very small compared to Disney World.
That's what I've heard. I've never been there, never seen it, never looked it up, but that's what I recently heard.
They're expanding it, and I assume they're trying to make it bigger. But you know where it's sitting, it's in Orange County, so it can only get so big. Like there's not a lot of. It's not like Florida where they have all that land and they can just get bigger and bigger. Whereas the one in California they're going to have to start buying out rows of houses to start making things bigger, and it's just I don't know. It's one of those things where it was the original, so it's cool because it's the original, but it's nothing compared to Disney World. Like it's much smaller.
Okay.
Ed lives in Southern California and hates Disney, apparently. Super Fast Tortoise says, out of the country food franchises like McDonald's don't have the same contracts that the U.S. does, so they can expand the food on their franchise menu. Also, the Coca-Cola contract is different. That's another thing McDonald's has on lock. Their Coca-Cola tastes better than any other Coca-Cola out there.
It is true.
What?
No, no.
No,
You don't think so?
You don't think so?
I don't know. I've never tried to compare, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely. The McDonald's fountain Coke is like the highest of all Coke.
How could that be? It's Coke.
It
They got
just
one
is.
recipe for Coke.
It's just something about it. It's just. It's
I
just.
think that's in here.
I don't know.
Okay, so I actually really, really hate fountain Coke.
Oh,
It does not
gosh.
taste the same as like a bottle Coke or a can of Coke to me.
Okay.
It kind of, I can't put my finger on it, but the best way I can describe it is it kind of tastes like it has too much of a hint of cinnamon to me or something like that.
Okay.
I don't like
I can see
fountain
that.
Coke, so I tend to steer away from fountain Coke specifically. So that's probably why I haven't
Yeah.
picked up on it.
Yeah. But of the fountain Cokes, if you liked fountain Coke, it
Yeah.
would be the highest level of fountain Coke.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go to Burger King and McDonald's and
Yeah.
get a Coke and do a
Yes.
blind taste test and see if I can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Grab a Whopper and a Big Mac while you're at it.
And I don't
Whopper.
drink like I'm
10
not
times
like a
hold over McDonald's anything on their menu. I love Burger King Whoppers. They're my favorite.
I do too. I do too.
That
See, what
plain
you were-
broiled taste and flavor.
I like the flame broil too.
He was telling me that he was yelling. He was listening to one of our lives, and he's like, "I disagree with most everything Sarah says about food." And meanwhile, you two are like, "Oh, Burger King, it's the best. I love it."
Yeah,
I do.
you were. I think it was Olive Garden breadsticks. Come on,
Oh.
now. How do you not like Olive
know,
Garden
right?
breadsticks?
That's
Jeez,
just
Louise.
insanity.
My
That's because
kids,
they're like
I am.
nasty.
I
They're
order.
not good.
I ask the waiter. I give her an empty plate, and I say, "Please shred extra cheese on this plate, and bring me an extra ramekin of your dressing." And we will dip our breadstick in the dressing, and then dip our breadstick in the cheese, and that's
There you
how
go.
we eat the breadsticks. They're absolutely wonderful.
I
Sarah, try it
I am-
with the cheese and the dressing, and you'll love it.
I'm marrying a psychopath because she doesn't like the Olive Garden breadsticks. Send help.
Nobody does.
We're gonna get the chat is about to blow up with everybody telling
Yeah,
us
see
how-
it.
But we do also buy the Olive Garden dressing for home too.
See, Adam doesn't like that. He says it's too
See,
gross.
yeah, and I didn't think it was the
Tastes
same.
to
Did-
me.
It
Did it
tastes
really?
the same to me too.
Mhm.
It tastes the same to me too.
I guess
thought
it's
it
like
was like-
Coke from McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is, and this is the truth. When it comes to me in like when I'm at a restaurant and they bring me a salad and they give me that little shot glass full of dressing, I'm always like, give me another one. Like,
Yeah.
And then when I'm home,
What's this for?
yeah. And then when I'm home, I apply the same logic, and I'm just like with the salad dressing, and then I'm like, then I go to eat it, and I'm like, this is gross. There's way too much salad dressing on this thing. So I think maybe that might be my hang up with the Olive Garden.
Okay, so
Italian
next
dressing.
time you go to Olive Garden and you get something in a ramekin, those little, you know, plastic
Yeah.
things, sneak it in your to-go box and bring it home with you, and then use that to serve yourself the
That's right.
dressing.
Just dump
Only
two.
two, no more than two, and you'll be
That's
fine.
That's right. That'll work out.
You'll
let's see,
you'll like the dressing again.
Disney for adults is the best experience.
It was
Little Miss
fun.
Q. Little Miss Q in Israel. McDonald's in Israel spares no expense. They are so nice, which is
Really?
McDonald's and spared no expense in the same sentence is interesting. February is my favorite time of year to go to Disney. Apparently,
Disney, yeah.
Rosie, no, it's not. I prefer Six Flags. Now that's the best there. Disney postcards sell really well. That's true. Vintage Disney postcards.
I will admit, when I went to Six Flags in Atlanta, the last two times we went, we forked out the money to do the Flash Pass. And I mean, I got like the ultimate Flash Pass experience. It was like an extra, I don't know, $60, $70 per person or something like that. We got a
What is
family
the
of
Flash?
four.
does
So
it do?
it allows you to skip the line.
Yeah.
to basically choose on this little thing what ride you're going to next. And you say, okay, I'm going to go to the whatever. I can't remember the names of the rides. And it says, okay, show up in 7 minutes. And then you get at the back, you get at the front of the line, you go up the handicap ramp.
Wait a minute. So all these people are standing in line and you're just.
Yeah. They do
and
that.
You pay for it. You do pay
They
for
do
it.
that at Kennywood here too. It's called like the roller coaster enthusiast, like extra special.
But wait a minute.
pass
So
or
like,
something.
what if like you've got like all these people in line and they like you guys get all your fast pass and then like they can take like one person out of the line or something like that, or like what? I'm picturing this little kid real excited because he's next, and then all you guys roll up with your fast pass and get on, and then he's like. I gotta stay there.
They end up basically merging the two lines together, except your flash pass line is a lot shorter.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
And you don't really necessarily have a choice as to where you're going to sit. Like if you want the front, you're just gonna get on the ride.
Right. All right. That makes sense. Rosie says Six Flags is the Walmart of theme parks.
It is fun with that flash pass.
Yeah. Little Miss Q says hubby and her went for the 1-year anniversary with no kids with a smiley face. Here's the food conversation. I remember that fountain Coke tastes very different from McDonald's. Haven't had a soda in a year, but I miss the taste. And Ed again, but the Mexican Coke is the best. They use real cane sugar. That is an accurate statement right there. Never had the bottled Coke from Mexico.
I know I have. I had to have. I just don't remember it.
It is.
Been to Mexico twice, so I had to have had it.
You can get it. I think you can buy it at Walmart now. Actually,
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you can.
It's in with the like the Hispanic foods and stuff. So it's not with the regular Coke. It's over there, and it's much more expensive.
Okay. It's imported.
Yeah,
that's right. That's how I like Sprite in every country that isn't America. Interesting. Red Dirt Picker says, "Is this where the party is?" Yes.
Yes, sir.
Those sticks are like bricks. Here we go.
The breadsticks.
Hating on the Olive Garden. The breadsticks. Here we go.
I'll admit, if they get even a little bit cooled off, they're not as good as if they're fresh. Just laid them on the table warm, but so is a steak, and you still eat that. So
that's right. How do you feel about Red Lobster's biscuits? Are you the same? Like,
oh god, they're the best.
Oh, amazing!
I think you guys just love bread.
No, I'm not a carb. I am not a carb person at all. I prefer red meat over anything on the menu.
Same.
But those cheese biscuits, okay, I ignore the bread in most restaurants. Let's start the conversation with that. I ignore the bread in most restaurants because I'd rather fill up on the main course.
Thank you. Same.
But the cheesy biscuits and Olive Garden breadsticks are like the only two places I actually eat the bread.
See, I told you. I'm with you. I love.
Maybe you just like,
but I'm
like
also
Darden restaurant bread.
Yeah, you're a big Darden restaurant bread fan. So Superfast Tortoise says the McDonald's Coke, they use the original carbonation to syrup recipe, where other places change the ratios to their own taste and profits. So that's why it's different at McDonald's, I guess.
Then it's not really worth their profit, then, is it? If McDonald's has better tasting Coke.
Yeah.
Right.
Little Miss Q says
it's all a lie.
She's with us with the breadsticks. Kings Island in Ohio is a great amusement park if you're ever in the area. Okay. Ed loves the Fast Pass at Six Flags as well. I think mostly tourist Fast Pass, but people in the area don't waste the money. Mark,
if you're in the area and you got like a season pass or something and you visit there often enough, I totally get it. You already spent your money on your season passes, but I go to Six Flags maybe once every 4 years.
Yeah.
I want to ride every ride more than once if I can. And they got me, 14, 15 rides. If you go there for the whole day and you only get a chance to ride 4 rides because the lines are so stinking long, that to me is not worth the ticket to get in.
Yeah.
See,
I'll pay the extra money to get to ride as many rides as I want to.
I'm always the guy holding everybody's souvenirs because I'm not a big ride guy. So I'm always sitting at the bench with everybody's like winnings or whatever, and I'm like
Purses and
eating fries.
the Superman ride's the only ride I can't ride there, and anything that spins really
Oh,
fast.
no,
I cannot do that.
I can't do that either. I had a bad experience when I was a kid on the teacups in Disney World or Disneyland.
Yeah. There you go. That'll ruin it for you every time.
That did it. Does Mexican Coke have the worm in it? I don't think so.
The good
Hopefully
kind.
not.
It's not tequila.
The good kind of worm. Red Doe Picker says loves King Island. Is it still around? I don't know. I've never heard of it. Ed says
Kings Island? You've never heard of it?
no.
Who are you?
Oh wait,
My
it
guy who
sounds like
likes
it's the end
Olive,
right there.
Olive Garden bread sticks. That's right.
She draws a line at not knowing where Kings
That's
Island.
right.
It's like, who would have thought?
My next live, it's just going to be me by myself talking. It's
Yeah.
over.
I'll help you out. It'll be the Adam and Adam show.
That's right. We lost our other partner. Ed wants to know In-N-Out or Five Guys.
Well, I've never had In-N-Out, and I've had Five Guys, so Five Guys.
He's going to have to go with Five Guys.
That's
Where
same. I've never
I
had
don't,
it
I don't know
either.
if there is an In-N-Out anywhere near me. In
Closest
Georgia.
one to you would be Texas.
Yeah, never been to Texas. I've flown over
driving.
Texas, but that's it.
In-N-Out does they're real picky about freshness. So they only put a restaurant, I think it's like 100 miles from one of their butchers. That's the furthest out they'll put a restaurant. So until they move a butcher close enough, they won't pop a restaurant anywhere around it. So
We got 1 million butchers in Georgia.
yeah, but they're really
Quality.
picky. They're family run company still. So
Yeah. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
they're really picky about quality, which is I would go In-N-Out if that question was for me, because I like Five Guys. I think they're good, but I think In-N-Out's better.
The farthest west I've been is Louisiana, New Orleans. So
No, you're getting closer, but no,
Yeah, a little
Texas. I think Texas or Arizona would be the closest.
Okay.
Designed by Josie says I'm not supposed to have bread, but loves the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster.
Yep.
See that? Little Miss Q is gonna stick. She's gonna. She said this last time. Outback Steakhouse has the
I
best
didn't.
bread.
Yeah.
Disagree. that brown.
I thought you
lump they
liked
give
that
you-
bread.
No.
Longhorn's bread's about the
Oh.
same. I don't like that either.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
of Texas Roadhouse.
You're thinking of now. That's a different story altogether. Texas Roadhouse.
I forgot about Texas Roadhouse.
So there's another bread. Those yeast
Okay.
rolls.
There was a chicken joint here in Columbus that is no longer here. It used to be called Hart's Chicken. I really don't think it was a chain. I think it was just a local place. You could buy their yeast rolls by the dozen. Like it was on the menu to buy a dozen. And we would go there on the weekend and just veg out off those instead of getting anything else.
There you go.
We just go get a dozen rolls and then go hang out and have yeast rolls to chew on for the rest of the night.
It's awesome.
That was all we needed.
It's awesome. That sounds like
That's where
my
the
type of
story
night.
stops because I'm not going to tell you what else went on that evening. So.
Mark says Red Lobster is the Walmart of fish restaurants, and he's probably right. Red Dirt Pickers in for In-N-Out.
Red Lobster has like hit the bottom here in Columbus, and I think it's management. I think it's all about who runs it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We are lucky. The two that are around us are pretty decent. The food's never stellar when it comes to seafood, but I mean, but we've had seafood in Delaware and in Myrtle Beach and stuff like that, and it's far better than
yeah.
anywhere else. And
Well, are
I've-
how close are you to the actual ocean?
not
Like
close.
6 hours.
Okay, so
I think-
that's a lot to do with why the seafood isn't as stellar as it could be, right?
I meant no, there are restaurants here that have good seafood. It's just the Red Lobster's quality is always.
But the ones that are in Myrtle Beach or I guess Delaware, you were referring closer to the ocean. They're like it's never frozen when it's that close, and that's a lot better seafood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah. In fact, I'm ruined for crab cakes because of the place in Delaware. There's a little place in Delaware that we go to, and there's a sign out front that says "World's Best Crab Cake." And when I saw that, I was like, "Okay,
We'll put you to
sure.
the test.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I haven't had crab cakes all over the world, but man, is it good. So Rosie says you can make Coke syrup last longer if you mess with the carbonation. I worked at a movie theater that did that. McDonald's gets the Coke for free. That's how they keep their profit margins up, I guess.
Nothing's free, Rosie.
True story. Ed said he got stuck at the very top of Superman at Six Flags for an hour.
Oh gosh.
Upside down, I bet.
Yeah,
God.
that doesn't sound good at all. Yes, it's
Still
apparently
wanted, he also said he still wanted to go back on.
he still wanted to go back again. It's a little, it's
Really?
he's
he
like
wanted to
Evil
get stuck upside
Knievel.
down again.
Yeah. I would not go back on if I was stuck on a ride for an hour. I can guarantee.
Oops,
that.
I almost bumped something on the chat. Sorry.
That's okay.
I almost put SM postcards in timeout.
No,
Oh.
great. Probably. He
Sorry,
probably deserves one.
Mark. I don't think I did though.
Apparently that one in Ohio is still there. Rosie says Six Flags hates fat people. I can ride every ride at Disney or Universal, can barely ride any rides at Six Flags. It's a good tip for me. I agree. The space is really small on all the rides. Mark says
Disney's got really small seats too, though.
Really?
Yeah, on
Wow.
a lot of their rides, the single seat rides, they're pretty small.
Even when I was like younger, being as tall as I am, most rides aren't that much fun, especially the ones that have like the harnesses. Like it doesn't matter how many, times you click that thing. The first click, I'm already like this,
Yeah,
kind of hunched down. And so that's kind of where my, I don't really care about riding stuff goes, because once I get on these things, like 9 times out of 10, I'm not comfortable. And if I am comfortable, my head is above everybody else. So everything that, you guys are getting, you can duck behind somebody if it gets too windy. I'm getting it all. And, and so it's just, that's where I think it all kind of came from. So,
They don't make rides for tall people.
they don't know. And that's fine. They should. I'm fine holding
They
everybody's
should.
stuffed animals and eating French fries and being like, oh, are those Dippin' Dots? I'll be right back. So, Outback
Have you made
Steak-
it? Have you made it to Disney World?
No. So
They've got several rides that don't have the over the shoulder. That's one thing I do like about Disney, is because there's only like 1, maybe 2 rides that have the over the shoulder harnesses. The rest of them are like just a belt around the waist. Hardly any of them actually go upside down. So that's why they don't have to have the over the shoulder harness. But because of that, you've got a lot more choices in rides if that harness type is an issue.
Sarah's not a Disney person per se.
Now I do love roller coasters.
Yeah.
And like Adam won't ride them. And like his niece came to visit, and when she came, she was like 10 or 11 years old, and she wanted to ride all the crazy roller coasters, and like I was the only one that would ride them with her. But I don't want to ride those like stupid ones. I want to ride the tall ones,
Yeah.
And I hate heights, but I'm okay if I'm strapped into something. I'm fine with that.
No.
It's
Like,
over
I don't
before
wanna
you
get on
even
the-
realize you're high.
I don't want to get on a ladder, but I'll ride roller coasters all day.
Yeah. There's no harness on a ladder.
That's true.
Mark says 2 tosses, no rants tonight. Come on Sunday chat. That's right. Dark County Picker says Outback Steakhouse steak is spongy. Little Miss Q loves Texas Roadhouse bread too, but Outback's always fresh, soft, and delicious. And
I can't remember the last time I ate Outback and had a steak, to be honest with you, to judge that. But my favorite steak from a chain restaurant is Longhorn's Outlaw Ribeye.
yeah, Longhorn makes
Outlaw?
a good food.
They sear it so well that it holds that flavor. It's really
Is that the
really
big one with the bone, or is that?
good. Yeah, it's
just-
a T-bone.
It is T-bone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Longhorn. I hadn't been to one for years, and we went to one recently, and they have good food. I'm impressed, but they still have that brown lump of bread that they give, that rye bread that I just am not a fan of. Superfast Stewardess did some research for us, and he's come up with the fact that the McDonald's main company holds a contract with Coke as a franchise to use a specific formula.
Crazy.
I told you it's the best.
You learn something new every day. Mark says Olive Garden, Red Lobster, yes, they are owned by the same company. It's called Darden is the name of the company. Ed doesn't eat seafood. Let's see.
That's okay, Ed.
Kings Island. He lives in LA too. Rosie says she's a big gal and she fits in all the rides at Disney. Six Flags won't even let me try. They stop you at the gate for the test seat and say I don't fit. That's kind of rude.
Yeah, that's very rude.
That's super rude. But, oh, I don't know. You got any other restaurant talk you want to get in before we get out of here?
Oh man, I was thinking about it. I do love going out to eat, to be honest with you. And what I was thinking about that I wanted to mention to you guys was cheesecake. How do y'all feel about cheesecake or desserts in general? What's your favorite dessert?
We like cheesecake.
I love me some cheesecake, man.
Looking at me?
Golly.
I actually like the at the Cheesecake Factory. They have this cake. It's I'm not a cake person, but I like cheesecake. But I'm not like a regular cake person. But it's called
Not the same
Celebration.
thing, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's called Celebration, and it's half cake, half cheesecake. And remember, I brought that home, that Adam, and it was so good. Yeah, that's like my favorite from there.
We have to try that one.
Yeah, it's good.
I went to Chicago one time on a work-related trip, and I took my sister with me because I didn't want to go by myself. So, I said, what did I say? Chicago? I'm sorry, Boston. I went to Boston. And somebody before I left said you need to go to Legal Seafood. So took his advice and we went to Legal Seafood, and I ate so much I had no room for dessert whatsoever, but they had pumpkin cheesecake on the dessert menu, and I really wanted to try it. And I told the waitress this. I was like, I really wanted to try this pumpkin cheesecake, but I'm so full. I'm not going to worry about it. She brought me the check to pay. She brought me my doggy bag, and in the doggy bag she had slipped a serving of pumpkin cheesecake in there in a to-go box.
Nice.
And I realized that, so I gave her a much bigger tip. She didn't even charge me for it. And
nice.
So I gave her a bigger tip. We rode the train home to our hotel that night, and it's like a 30-40 minute ride. So I got hungry again. So I'm sitting, my sister and I are in the hotel room, and I'm eating the cheesecake. And after like 10-15 minutes, she looks over at me from her bed where she's trying to do some work, and she said, "Would you just shut up and stop?" I was like, what am I doing? Apparently, every time I would take a bite, I'd go, That was getting on the nerves. I didn't even realize I was doing it. It was that good. It was that good.
Yeah. Yes, I'm a huge dessert fan. In fact, most of the time when I go on a diet, I have to pretty much just swear off sugar, because if I start I can't stop. Man, I'm in the middle of the kind of a holiday break on those types of things, so I'm eating desserts left and right because I'm like, it's the holidays. I don't care.
I'm in between diets.
That's right. That's what's going on. And then after this, I got to get back on one because we're getting married in April. So
yeah,
it's just the end.
I'm like Ross and Rachel. I'm on a break.
That's right. But I don't know. I mean, the sweets out here are hard, and like cutting out carbs and living in Pittsburgh is also difficult because this town revolves around Italian food and Polish food and all this stuff that's, got carbs in it. So it's a difficult thing to do, but, whereas like, you're in the South and there's a lot more meat to be had and a lot more, steak restaurants and seafood and all kinds of stuff. So it's a little easier. Whereas up here, we put French fries on everything. You order a salad from a pizza joint up here and you're getting fries on it. Yes. And it's just, it's a Pittsburgh thing. I don't know if you've ever been to Pittsburgh, but there's Permane Brothers, which is one of our famous sandwiches. And it's meat, cheese, fries, coleslaw, 2 giant pieces of bread.
Cool.
Like, that's the
that
whole
actually
sandwich.
sounds really good.
It's awesome.
They love putting fries on food.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest, I don't want to say weirdest, but the oddest, the most unexpected thing I got fries on was a steak burrito at a Mexican restaurant down here. But it ended up being really, really good.
I feel like that like they do that like on steak salads here, and like they do that with like a lot of steak type things. They put fries on it. It's just like the thing.
It's just a thing. Yeah. And it's a bad thing, but it's a thing. And
yeah.
And then there's pierogies everywhere. I mean, it's just it's very difficult to. But I do have to, before I start the diet, I do have to try for the first time. I've never had it. Have you ever had linguine with clam sauce?
Don't think I have. I've had linguine, but probably not with clam sauce.
I've never had it with clam sauce, and there's this Italian restaurant down the street that's like supposedly makes the best linguine with clam sauce, and I'm like, I've never had it. And so we were gonna go one day, and we went, and because of like all the job shortages and stuff, or worker shortages and stuff, they closed on a Friday, and I was like, I'm never gonna get it. So, someday.
So you're hoping to get it before you have to start your diet, right?
Yes, that's
That's a
my
very
plan.
good decision. Or if you don't make it before you start your diet, you need to have that as your end goal, right? I can
Right.
only get it once I meet my diet goal, and then
That's
that's
right.
my reward.
That's right. That's the plan. So,
Yeah.
well, we've been talking for 2 hours. So
Has it been that long already?
1 hour and 58 minutes. So I'm leaving 2 minutes because you got to tell everybody what's coming up on your channel and what you're working on in the future and everything, and get a couple more subscribers because we want to get you closer to 1,000. So
Yeah,
there's Adam's
y'all
link
did
again in the chat.
Y'all did a really, really good job. I'm up to 964 now.
Well,
Thank you, everybody,
Yay.
for your support.
getting closer.
Cool.
Y'all are great to talk to.
Oh,
We
thanks.
try.
We like you too.
Right.
I am starting to get back to my Wednesday night show. So something you can look forward to is I will be on Wednesday nights, 8:00 on my channel. You never know what I'm going to bring up though, because I tried one thing and it lasted for a little while, and then I tried another thing. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. You know, I'm not going to. It's not going to stick to a routine. You never know what you're going to do. But next Wednesday, the 22nd, before Christmas, I'm going to do a telethon type show and try to raise some money for the Gary Sinise Veterans Program.
Okay.
They actually do a lot of really, really good work for a lot of disabled veterans or veterans in general. And the Gary Sinise program is one of those where you can go out to their website and you know exactly how much is going to the program versus paying for other things like the taxes to keep the program running and stuff like that. So I really like that program. And so next Wednesday at 8:00, we're going to have a show. It's going to be at least an hour, may even go longer if we have a really, really good time. But it's going to be like a telethon type show, trying to raise some money for the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Awesome.
So, yep.
That we'll be there for that.
How are you gonna? Is it gonna be like a PayPal thing or like?
Still trying to figure that one out exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because my dad, he passed away, but he was a disabled veteran, and so it's like a something close to me that I would love to support.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't. My wife and I, our heart goes out to the veterans, and military in general, because of honestly, it's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a huge sacrifice, and so every time, we always felt led by our heart that if we're going to do something like that, it needs to be veteran oriented.
Yeah.
Not that others don't deserve it, but I think that there's a lot of child related donations going on at this time of year and things of that nature. And I just wanted to do what I can to help the veteran side of it all at this time of year.
That's awesome. We'll definitely be there. Without a doubt. In fact, I'll make sure. I'll make sure to set a reminder for that because I actually saw or listened to Gary Sinise, and I can't remember what podcast he was on, but when he first started this foundation, and he is incredibly passionate about this foundation too, and he's putting. I think he went over to a couple USO shows for it and all kinds of stuff. So like he's really his foundation is pretty amazing. So yeah, we'll for sure be there for that. So that's next Wednesday, the 22nd.
Yeah, next Wednesday, 22nd at 8:00. Yep.
All right,
cool.
Definitely have to check that out. And anything else you want to plug before you get out of here? Y'all have been so supportive. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all so much for going out there and clicking that subscribe button. It showed, and I appreciate that so much. I'm gonna definitely make sure that these videos keep rolling out because I have fun making them. I don't have a type of video I do all the time. It's just whatever I enjoy to express myself in my reselling journey. So it's all that matters.
I think you'll really enjoy it. If you haven't seen any of my videos, I think you'll really enjoy them because I really enjoy the reselling side of all of this.
You do. It shows in your videos. I've watched a couple of your like what's sold videos when you're out in your garage, and you can tell I just watched your latest one before we came on, and Sarah our house is just kind of one straight line, and so Sarah's over here and the living room's over here, and you were talking about the broken golf bag, and she's like, he sold a broken golf bag, and just then the video paused and you're like, let me clarify.
Yeah.
They're not actually broken. It's missing a club.
Yeah.
I was like,
As
that's
soon-
funny.
I was editing it and I was like, yeah, so many people are gonna think I sold broken clubs. I need
Someone
to
might
clarify
want that
this.
though. You never know. Like
Yeah.
people
Right.
want crazy things.
Yeah, and we've sold broken stuff before.
And
That's for sure.
that's why I added that, Sarah. Thank you for helping me feel as though that wasn't wasted effort
No,
and that
it wasn't wasted.
meant for you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no, that was perfect. So yeah, no, you do, and yeah. So I actually, it's nice to see people that enjoy what they do when you're on YouTube. Like you do see a lot of people that just kind of rummage through the day, you know, type thing. Like a good example is Commonwealth. You can tell he really enjoys what he does. Like the things make him excited, and when things go wrong, they make him mad. And you can tell the people that really enjoy what the Rachel Strickland's another one. She's all, you can tell she truly enjoys buying the stuff that she does.
Yep.
And that's what makes it fun to watch, I think. And I'm just a big goofball that plays with Cabbage Patch Kids and can't help but make off-color jokes about things. So that's
Plus shipping. I like it when you shake the doll. Plus shipping. I don't have a doll to express that.
Mhm.
There you go.
plus shipping.
There you go.
Yeah. I almost put it down here where I put my stuff that's sold too.
Uh-oh. Don't ship that.
No, don't ship that one. But yeah, so it's that makes it more enjoyable, and you know, you'll have no problem getting to those watch hours. So hopefully we helped you out tonight. And yeah, we got what do we got coming up? We got What Sold video coming out on Saturday, and then Sunday another Pittsburgh Picker Live. Where it'll just be me and Sarah chatting it up. So
And then Whatnot.
I gotta start plugging Whatnot. Monday and Tuesday
and
Whatnot
Tuesday.
auction. Monday at 9 is the toy comic book auction, and then Tuesdays are clothing and randomness auction. So 7:30 on Tuesday, 8 o'clock on Monday. So
Good deal.
that's it.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Adam, thank you for coming on. This was awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
So we'll have
Thank
to
you
have
so much
back
for the
someday.
invitation. I have had a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah,
We'll
it
have to
was
have you
fun.
back. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.